How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Big Six. Apologies for delaying it by 30 minutes and apologies for being 6 minutes late on top of that too. We're still waiting on Matisse. Listen, Ryanair cancelled flights, delays, all of that stuff. Matisse is barely back in London, but he said he will jump on as soon as he gets home. So bear that in mind, people, and bear that in mind. But we need to hear from him as well because he was out there with the atmosphere. Listen, hit the like button. Make sure we get to 1,000 likes. You know what to do already. There's 1,000 people here already. So 1,000 likes, fair ask. Let's get it done. Make sure you subscribe, notification bell on. Don't forget as well, a little reminder, big up Manscaped. They're sponsoring the show. They sponsor the channel a hell of a long time. A lot of people have supported the cause by buying through Manscaped. If you haven't, go show Manscaped some love. Use the code TB620. You'll get 20% off. If you use the link in the description, it automatically applies it. But hell of a lot of products there on the website, and it's worldwide as well. So go show them some love. They show us some love. They keep sponsoring the show, and we keep bringing what we keep bringing. Hopefully you're enjoying it. But yeah, Tobes, are you available yet or still?
No, I am. It's just my camera is moving mad. I don't know what's going on. It keeps freezing. So, and then it keeps, can you see? Like it's doing a mad thing.
Yeah, the frame rate's moving mad.
Yeah. So I just need to sort this out in the background. But I'm here. I'm just sorting it out. Sorry.
Say no more. You're one of the, you know, the how do I say it? The people that were emotionally invested in the final. I think you're one of really two here. But so we'll start with the other one, SAEED.
Yeah, can't lie.
You was invested until Manu came off anyway, when I saw the whole demeanor change at that point.
So what you trying to say? Just made FC, yeah? Bro, can't lie, man. We just crushed it, man. You know what I'm saying? I blame Southgate, man. He's a bro. For me, when it was 1-1, I thought England were in the initiative. They were in control. I thought they had the momentum. I thought the buzz was there, the crowd were on it, and then bang, back into our shape, back into our hole. Pickford just lump it forward. And then Spain deserved to win, man. I don't know if any England fans are crying today, but we shouldn't cry, man. This is football has won. Spain, they've been the best team in the tournament. They've won 7 games in a row. 7 in a row. You deserve to win it. They're the best players in the tournament. Best attack, best defense, best midfield. Everything just class, man. So I ain't got no faults. For us, we need to work out, and I said it in the Big Six, we need to find out the best balance for England. Not the best players, the best balance. We don't have the best balance. You see what Spain could do now. Look at that team there. Not full of superstars. Yeah, they've got Lamine Yamal and whatnot. But Ruiz, for us, is just kind of shoehorning Bellingham on the left because it's Bellingham. Foden in the midfield didn't work out. Just a mess. And Harry Kane, wallahi, I don't want to see that guy ever again for England. Get that guy, brother. Sit back down and retire, mate, for England. And I know Toby's going to cry. Oh, it's Harry Kane. No, Harry Kane, man's done with that, brother, yeah? I don't know who we're going to get in attack, but the whole thing's messed up. Southgate, see you later. And yeah, man, it's not coming home. And now we can all go back to hating on England. You know what I mean? I'm sick of this. Oh, could come home. Now, bun that, man. Go back to hating England.
You would have been, nah. You would have been Johnson if they won.
Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. And also, Declan Rice, I want to talk about him as well because, listen.
You want to talk about Declan Rice?
Because I expect him because I like the player, man. And for me, again, not good enough. But again, it's not him only. It's Jude Bellingham. I'm sorry, man. Ballon d'Or. Do me a favor. You know what I mean? He was, for me, shocking. I just think everything about England, man, is just like, this is the thing for me. When I was saying Adam Wharton, yeah, it's like, we've got a player who could progress the ball. Like, and if he was playing for Spain, they would laud him. You know what I'm saying to you? But for England, it's like, he's not ready. He's not this and that. Bro, he's one of our, honestly, in terms of progressing the ball, that Wharton kid is one of the best we've got. Gordon, what was the point of bringing Gordon? Cole Palmer should have started. All of these things, man, have cost us in the end. Spain probably would have won it anyway, but would have had a better chance with Cole Palmer on the pitch, man. For me, 2026, I want to be seeing Cole Palmer, the face of that little triangle what we've got, because he is quality, man. Ice Cole Palmer, man, quality player.
Yeah, I've given up my I'm glad Matisse isn't here, to be honest, but I've given up my pretending I don't care that we sold Cole Palmer. It was a mistake. Why did we sell this guy? I know he wanted to go, but he's so good, man. He doesn't give a shit. He's not overawed by anything. He's just ice cold. He deserves the name. Oh man, that one hurts. That one hurts. But they lost, so I'm in good form. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Not getting the Euros. It's not coming home as if it was ever home. And yeah, life's good, man. You know what it is, man. It's weird for me because, like, yeah, I support an English club, and everyone in Ireland's kind of the same. Most of us support English clubs, even though I have an Irish club too. But when the English national team are on, it's like I don't know, this intertribal thing just kicks in where you're like, no, I can't let them win. I cannot see them winning. Like, the place was like, we won the Euros last night. Honest to God, the pubs, everyone said celebrating. There's people buzzing. I had a great time, man. I had a great time. But yeah, big up Spain, man. What a team. And I think it just goes to show with Spain that you don't have to have the biggest names in the tournament. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to have the biggest superstars, the biggest hitters. It's just about getting the balance right and getting everybody in the right mind frame. Like, everyone's talking now about Fabian Ruiz. Loads of people, don't lie, you didn't know who Fabian Ruiz was before the tournament. I did. Yeah, you probably did because you watch an unholy amount of football. But you know what I mean? Like, Danny Olmo before the tournament, we've been linked with him for ages, and people are like, no, I don't want Danny Olmo. Now I'm getting people coming in my chat being like, Hugh, I think we need Danny Olmo. You know what I'm saying? This is what Spain have done. All credit to Mark Cucurella, dunking on Gary Neville, like Cucurella dunking on people. You know what I mean? Where would you believe it? But yeah, fair play to them, man. Fair play to them.
Yeah.
I don't know. TOBS is ready to speak yet, but GRIZZ, I mean, pretty neutral in it, apart from the sweepstake. But yeah.
Oh yeah, you came with nothing. Oh.
I apologize to the England fans. I said, listen, any hope that you got or had, I got them in the sweepstakes. So unlucky. Look, there's no grumbles. As everyone said, the best team of the tournament won the tournament. And when that happens, there's no complaints. How many times? It's not often where the best team from the start keeps that run of form going and eventually wins it as well. Like, there's always peaks and troughs, you know, people like have form and you think, yeah, like, for example, Germany started off mad, didn't they? Who did they beat in the opening game? Something mad. And
Scotland,
yeah. And then, but Spain were just I'm not sure if it's been done before, where a team has won every game of the tournament and gone on to win it as well. So,
and no extra time. I don't think they had any extra time or penalties.
Yeah,
Spain,
they were class.
Yeah, they're the first team to win it by winning all 7 games, I think.
So not only the football they played, but everything that people have everything that people don't see about this Spain team, the mental strength. You know, everyone refers to England being mentally strong. You know, work rate, pressing, we're gonna harass them. Everyone talks about Spain's football, but Spain showed so many other aspects, like going 1-1. And Saeed's right, the momentum was with England, the crowd was lifted. It seemed like Earth was lifted. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but was the momentum with England, or was it just the typical English?
I don't think there was momentum.
I don't think there was. I think hand on heart, everyone felt Spain were comfortably the favourites.
It should have been. That was the moment where if there's any crack in your mentality or weakness in your mentality, then England could have, because England had done it to the other teams in the tournament where they overcome any performance, lacking any performance, they just overcome them with sort of moments players. But Spain, exactly from that moment in time, just got on the ball again, relaxed it, and started again. They relaxed the ball and here they started all over again, and it was beautiful to see. I'm not gonna lie. The best part, well, there was a few best parts for everyone. Everyone's gonna say their best part, but the best part was at halftime where did you see all the commentators, pundits, fans, Rodri's going off. This is it. This is it. It's coming home. Rodri, South.
But did you not think that deep down though? Come on.
There's no one.
I didn't.
Let's take away how we feel.
No, I know Zubimendi. I've been watching. And even if Zubimendi wasn't coming on,
the commentators were arrogant for doing that. They were arrogant.
Check this out. even if Zubamendi didn't come on, Mourinho was going to come on. Mourinho is a ridiculous baller. So they got players like that. Do you remember who said it? Who said it a few years ago that we got players like this? We got millions of players. Jack Wilshere's.
Oh, Pep Guardiola.
Guardiola said it years ago. We got hundreds of Wilsheres. And he's right. We got hundreds of, and look, no disrespect. We know Manu was a bad boy. We know Foden is a great player. We know, but as Guardiola said, we got hundreds of these kinds, hundreds of these types, and they showed it.
Yeah, it's true. But the thing is, though, at that time, though, Rodri coming off, bro, player of the tournament, a guy who's a machine, you know what I mean? Like, and bro, I just thought England would take the initiative to be a bit more braver, and they didn't. In fact, Spain just carried on and just, do you know what I mean? Like, they carried on doing what they do. And Zubimendi, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't particularly rate him. I've watched him a few times. Don't think anything special, but he just came in and started gliding across the pitch.
He slotted in well.
Yeah.
I've never watched him. His
he's
name's been ringing bells for like maybe the last 2 years at Sociedad. I've never watched a single game of his, or whenever I've watched Sociedad, the few times I've watched him, I'm not paying like close attention to him, but he came on and he did his thing. But I'll be honest, I think the England players and the England manager, they made it. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to take anything away from Spain. I'm not going to, because I thought they were fantastic. I'm sad to see England lose, but I'm a big believer in the best team should be the ones that are winning the trophies. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Of course, when it's my team, I love it. But generally speaking, I cannot stand when teams jammy their way to trophies and the best teams in those trophies miss out. It grinds my gears. So as much as I'm sad that England have lost, right, because I wanted narratives to change for certain players, and I just generally wanted England to actually win silverware, I'm also glad in a sense that the best football inside, at least if you're going to lose, let it be to the best football inside in the tournament. They deserved it. You said the records. They won every single game. They played the best football by a landslide. They deserve to win it. And that game yesterday, that's why I think, Grizz, I misunderstood what you were saying about momentum. I think you meant momentum going into the game, and I actually agree. There was momentum from England's side going into the game. But in the actual game itself, even when Cole Palmer scored that worldie, yeah, I was gassed, hoping England could try and pull something out of the bag. But you're watching the game, and I'm like, yo, there's no momentum here. Like, Spain literally said, yep, back to basics. They scored, minus setback. Let's go. Let's reset. Let's get that second goal.
It was not even back to basics. I honestly think, and if we look at that 5-10 minute spell, check it. I mean, we're not gonna, because we're not low lifes like that. But if anyone is like serious football analysis, right, go and do it again. That 5 to 10 minutes, England were dead on their feet. Only Watkins was running up front. The midfield was Rice and Bellingham were finished, and Walker and Shaw as well. I think they were drastically trying to make subs, but Spain didn't let the ball even go out of play. They're sick like that. They just kept circulating the ball, and they just picked off England, scored the goal. Khalas, finished. But England will take that 5 minutes at TOBS. England were like chasing shadows for that 5 minutes.
It all comes down to this is why I'm surprised that it's kind of like the Southgate thing is like what 60-40, 70-30 in terms of is he going to move on, the pressure on him to move on. There should be no doubts about it, even if they won the tournament, because this team with this quality and this attack should be scaring teams. It shouldn't be like this. And yes, they could have won it. Listen, they was close to pulling off a comeback, and there was a bit of momentum after that first goal, but it was only for a couple of minutes for me. But overall, I'm not sure, man. I think look, it's easy to say Spain, the best team in the tournament now, but what, 4.5 weeks ago, if people put up England's name against Spain, man would have laughed and said, "What? Spain ain't a threat in this tournament. It's England's time, and if it's not, it's France or Germany or something like that." And then what? It comes up to the final 5 games later. It's Spain are better all round. They're better in this area. They're better in. It comes down to the manager, Southgate. Yeah,
they're just better coached, and this is what I'm struggling to understand when people are defending Southgate, because people can be critical on the players, and rightly so. There's so many players in that England team that deserve abuse. Not abuse, but criticism. Sorry, not abuse, criticism. Harry Kane was absolute. You know how much I love Kane. He was diabolical. He didn't have the service, etc., etc. He was diabolical. Foden, pants tournament. Jude Bellingham, pants tournament. Kyle Walker, pants tournament. Declan Rice in that final, terrible. And he was one who I was actually praising against Netherlands, Slovakia, Switzerland, because his performances were getting better, but he was terrible. Even Manu, arse, absolutely arse in the final. There were so many bad performances to a man. Jordan Pickford, he made some decent saves, but the kicking was abysmal, absolutely abysmal. So these players, obviously I'm not including Manu in this because I think Manu actually had a good tournament. It was just a poor final. But a lot of those players I mentioned, they've had like standout bad performances in this tournament, and they deserve to be criticized. But the manager also needs that same criticism, because I can talk about how bad Harry Kane was, but England created 6.4 XG in 7 matches. And bear in mind, this is a team that went to extra time twice. They went to extra time twice, and they created 6.4 XG, bro. They created less XG than flipping Croatia. And as bad as Kane was, oh, he doesn't move. Where's the chances? People are saying, I remember the Netherlands game, Watkins came on, quick stop, good goal. People are like, oh, this is why you need to start Watkins. And I'm not even trying to criticize Watkins here, because I'm going to go through it player by player. Ollie Watkins came on, a guy who's active, who's strong, who works channels, who can finish, who's a threat. He received the ball 1 time in the box in 30 minutes. He received the ball 1 time.
But he's never there though, Tobes. You know what I mean? This guy spends so much time out in midfield looking to get involved in the play. Like it wasn't the final now, but I saw so many images where there's like a cutback on, or Saka's going down the wing and there's an obvious ball to play into the box. There's no one there. You're the number 9, mate. I get you want to do you want to do the drop and deep thing, but like when you want to be a number 9, you have to be in the box in these moments. He's not there.
Fully agree, which is why I said Kane has had a terrible tournament. What I'm saying now is a striker who is more active, who does get in the box more. Where was his service when he came on the pitch? The team is busted because the manager is busted. He does not set.
He made a couple of runs though. It was a bit more lively though, at least.
Oh, yeah, but look, I'm not comparing the two. I'm saying all the runs he made. How many times?
I think it's fair. I think if I speak on Kane, it's from a neutral point of view. Yeah. Okay. So Tobes can say something, and people say, "Oh, Tobes is doing his Kane thing." Yeah. Hughie and people say, "Oh, he was doing that Kane thing." Yeah. I think I speak from a neutral point of view. Yeah. I think Kane's a ridiculous good striker. Yeah. I genuinely think this is not defense. I think it's fact. You know what it reminded me of when he played us in the Champions League final? I think he was carrying an injury. I think this is again down to coach Southgate realizing that this is not Harry Kane. This is not Harry Kane. Say what you want about the guy, yeah? He's never been a sprinter. He's never ran channels or made runs. He's run channels at his best. Harry Kane is all about incisive movement at the right times and deadly finisher. He had no incisive movement. I put it down to either mad, what's the word? Like tired, like, you know, from the season, like the rest of them, because we've gone on to the youngsters, we'll go on to the younger players, because they deserve a lot of criticism as well. I think Kane was carrying an injury, but again, that's down to Southgate saying no.
Kane as well.
I think Southgate's got too much power, and he made
both.
Because Watkins, even though I was an advocate of Kane has to start because he's he's the leading striker, leading captain. Looking at it in hindsight, and it's easy for us because we can say what we want. He shouldn't have.
But you know what is, Grizz? I didn't even say what I said. Obviously, Kane is this. The buck starts with Harry Kane, sorry, because he's the captain. That's why I mentioned him first. He does. Let me make this abundantly clear for everyone who's watching. Harry Kane, fitness, no fitness, whatever injury he was carrying.
I agree.
He was diabolical. This is the worst tournament I've seen from Harry Kane in an England shirt. The worst. Worse than Euro 2016. Worse than World Cup 2018. The worst. And this is him scoring 3 goals. 2 of which came in the knockout stages. And I'm saying verbatim, he was bad. He deserves criticism. But the point I'm making is the manager does not, this manager has never and will never set up a team to maximize the strengths of any striker, let alone Harry Kane. Any striker, let alone Harry Kane. And you'll see that in the 2026 World Cup when he's 33 years old and he doesn't play. And it's not even just exclusive to him. Look at the game yesterday. I get your point, Grizz. Well, it's easy for us to say because we're armchair fans, sort of match-going fans, whatever. We watch it on the TV or we watch it in the grounds. We're not actually there in the dugout. But you could see in the first half, the midfield was getting punched up. The midfield was getting punched up. Jude Bellingham, Mainu and Rice, they were gasping for air. They could not get the ball. 70% possession. Spain were popping it around them. The only thing that England did well in the first half is they had more energy, so they could be a bit more compact, try and hold them, try and keep them at bay. But eventually, a team that's dominating the ball to that extent and moving the ball around, it takes a toll. It takes a toll. And in that midfield, you had Rice and Mainu. Don't get me wrong, Rice was terrible. Mainu was bad. But they were up against effectively 5 players in Spain. They were up against Ruiz, Rodri, Olmo, Morata, and even Nico Williams drop. You saw Nico Williams.
Yeah, they dropped in central. Yeah. No.
They couldn't track him. So
yeah,
we can see this. We're not coaches. We're not paid analysts. We can see this. How can the manager see this and not? And the change you make is, my midfield's getting punched up. Bearing in mind he's playing Jude Bellingham left wing. Remember what I was saying, Grizz, about how if you had cojones, you drop Bellingham and you play Gordon. Playing counter-attacking football with no counter-attacking outlet. Make it make sense to me.
I know.
How can you play counter-attacking football with no counter-attacking outlet? It does not make sense.
There was no width, man. Only Saka we had width with. That was it. Yeah.
And then,
Saka was the only one.
And the only success or couple of times where it looked a little bit threatening was when Saka had the ball out wide and then Walker was doing his Usain Bolt. Yeah, just a couple of times, 2-3 times.
Yeah.
A
couple of times he didn't even use Walker. Like he just blatantly let Walker do that run.
And Shaw as well, because Shaw got in the box twice. Yeah,
the
most.
Shaw was good. He just
put a ball in the box across.
He just tired.
Yeah, but he was finished again. Bad coaching. You can't expect a player like Shaw to come in and play 90 minutes of a Euro Championship final after X amount of months and whatever weeks out. He was gasping for air. Toby's talking about gasping for air, and trust me, they were finished in that period, and we could all see it, but he couldn't.
Bro, and this is what I'm saying. The game was cracked. So we mentioned Wharton. The game was crying out for England to go into 3-man midfield, ditch this 3-4-3 business, go to a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. Get another man in the midfield because these men are dying. And what does he do? He leaves the 2-man midfield and puts Bellingham. Jude Bellingham has had his worst tournament in the England shirt. He can't keep a ball, holds onto the ball, was poor. Don't get me wrong, Bellingham tried. And that's one thing I'll rate with Bellingham. He's a class player, but he's had a poor tournament, but at least he's got personality. He tried, but the quality was still lacking. And yet, what does the manager do? He puts him into the center of the midfield as if that's going to make a difference. What the hell is Bellingham going to do alongside a flailing Declan Rice against Ruiz, Zubimendi? What's he going to do? Is he going to get on the ball and pull strings? That's not his game.
Bro.
What are you trying to achieve with that tactic? What was the point in
round holes, man?
What was the point in bringing Wharton? Honestly, what was the point?
That's what I'm saying.
And then he brings on Tony. He brings on Tony late on. So you got a 3-4-3 still. You're down 2-1, still with a 3-4-3. You got 2 strikers on the pitch now. Yet Jordan Pickford is playing hoofball. You're not even counter-attacking well. There's no aim. There's no accuracy to the balls that are being played high up the field. And then you've got 2 target men in the box for all intents and purposes, and you've got no Trent on the pitch.
Nope.
You've got your best crosser is literally on the bench. He doesn't come on at all. He doesn't come on at all. So when men are telling me, oh, yeah, the players this, absolutely, the players deserve criticism. But so does this manager. The manager is not good enough. He cannot manage England. If England keep him 2026, they're going to waste this crop of talent. They're going to waste this crop of talent.
But the thing is, he's staying. I think he's going to stay, you know. I don't think the FA will want him.
I'm upset. I am upset. I'm so upset because I actually wanted.
Because it's about the talent that is there, isn't it?
You know me, I don't really get sucked into England, but I wanted this win for England. They probably wouldn't have deserved it, but I wanted this win for England, and it pains me that players let this country down, but most importantly, the manager lets this country down, and these same pundits will come out and they'll keep defending him. I've seen Jamie Carragher tear managers apart in an indirect manner. I've seen him tear players apart
because he's a nice guy. That's why he's a nice guy.
Beefing people online. I'm like, what? Jamie Carragher can literally tell you why Ten Hag is so bad for Man United, but you can't see why my man is not good enough for England, all because he made a final, because he beat Slovakia, because he beat Switzerland, because he beat Netherlands, because he made it out the group against Slovenia.
Shall I tell you what hurts the most?
Serbia and Denmark.
Should I tell you what hurts the most? If you're an England fan, if you're an England supporter or an England fan or pro England team, like what's all this criticism? A lot of people, including us as well, we were saying the moment they come up against a quality team, watch them get ran over. Everyone said
Netherlands weren't quality. Let's be honest.
No, Netherlands are not quality at all. No, Netherlands are Netherlands are a very average team. Trust me in it, right? Even though we've got Gakpo and Virgil and all these, Marlon and what's his name? That Spurs bum. That Spurs bum.
Bergwijn.
Are you Dutch, Grizz?
Huh?
Are you Dutch?
No.
Oh.
Why?
He's claiming his players.
You said we got Gakpo, and I'm thinking, what? Are you Dutch? I was like,
Anfield, didn't it? You understand? Just if you understand.
Oh,
anyway, so but shout out that Dutch top though back in 96.
Oh yeah, show the people, man. Show the people, man.
Yeah. That's a class Dutch top. That's a class Dutch kit. But they've always bad boy kits. You know what I mean? So you know the Dutch one, man. But anyway, the point being, England, we said they're gonna come up against a crack outfit, and they're gonna.
There he is.
Bad boy. That's a crazy poster behind you.
Yeah. Vote reform.
Don't vote reform, but you know.
Ignore
that shit. So you put that shit down. Crazy. People gonna think that's real. You know what I mean?
Saeed's out here doing marketing.
You know what I mean? Saeed's out here campaigning.
This shower.
I get what you're saying though, Grizz. Like the gauntlet is always laid for England to do something special. And they just can't do it because they just play within themselves. And no one can tell me that's not being driven by the coach. I should know it. I've worked on I've managed the club that's had pragmatists as managers. And you can see the difference. You can see when one manager wants to attack, when one manager wants to defend. It's very clear by the way they set their team up. Yeah, of course, the players obviously have their own responsibilities on the football pitch and they may deviate. But broadly speaking, the team is a reflection of the manager, and the team plays the way the manager wants. And England play the way Gareth Southgate wants, and they don't play well. But that's Southgate. The players deserve criticism, absolutely. We've spoken about Kane. I thought he was terrible, running like he's got 2 trucks on his back. I know he didn't have the.
Thinking about Phil Foden. Be honest, like Phil Foden.
No, I was going to move on to him as well.
Okay,
let's talk because I said this before a ball was kicked. I said this guy is not a starter for England. And man was saying, "Oh, TOBS, you got an agenda." I said this before a ball was kicked. He's not a starter for England because the way England play, having Foden as the free role, the guy to link play, that's not his MO. He has guys like Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne who do that work at Man City, and he does the damage in the final third.
But is he not better in the pockets rather than Bellingham, though?
They're both not good enough in the pockets.
Nah, Foden is, man. This is the problem. I think Foden is, but the problem is, I just looked at it from my point of view. Was like, it wasn't kind of like to play to Foden's strengths. It was just kind of, everyone's strengths, and then we kind of work it out as it is. That's where I'm like, is the balance good enough for Foden to kind of do it?
When you talk about linking the play up, yeah, you're looking at what Foden has to work with. And I agree for the most part, because I actually couldn't give a rat's arse how Foden plays for England. It really doesn't bother me that much. But I think there's a lot more to talk about in the context of why he's not performing, why you can have the player of the year in the Premier League, banging goal after goal, look fantastic for City, put him in an England shirt with, on paper, a fantastic squad, and it doesn't work. I think there's a much bigger problem there. I think you can point at individual players. The first one is the one that I already said to you. How is he meant to link up a defense in the midfield with an attack when the number 9 spends most of his time in the midfield beside him? So what's there to link up with? He gets the ball in the half turn, he gets the ball in the space, and there's generally fuck all in front of him, so he kind of has to go side to side. He's got Declan Rice behind him. I like Declan Rice. I think he's very good at what he's good at, but he's not a hyper progressive midfielder. He's not one of these midfielders who'll break through the lines, who play an incisive ball, who'll get yourselves in the front foot. He's a very safe, calm, composed player, but that's not going to help a creative player link up between defense and attack. If anything, it's a negative effect. It slows the things down. It slows everything down. Jude Bellingham, likewise, he's not an incisive, creative outlet who Foden can thread a ball through for. So what's he got? He's got Mainu, who was good for that link up in the last game, and he has Saka, who I think Saka was actually a threatening player. He was an incisive player, and he was causing problems. So all the left side of the pitch is lopsided.
Yes.
There's no one on the left, which that has to come back to Gareth Southgate, because look, the difference between good managers and great managers in these situations is you can have a good team with good players, and they'll get you to maybe a quarterfinal or semi-final, but then you have to learn to take risks, mate. You got to learn how to take risks. Southgate won't take risks. You put Gordon out there and give Foden the opportunity to spread the play out to Gordon, play balls for Gordon to run to. You're probably going to see a whole different attacking outlet for England. Wharton is a very progressive midfielder. To be fair to the kid, he's risk-taking. He takes on the half turn. He'll play those balls that he might give it away, but he's willing to take the risk, which Rice won't do. You could see the whole England play change by just putting in a different style midfielder or a different winger. Put all these big names together, it doesn't mean they work. It doesn't mean they work. And we can all finger point that your player was worse than mine and my player was better than yours. The end of the day, it's all a cauldron of shit right now. It doesn't look good. It doesn't function very well. And all the big names who we know are all top players, Rice, Saka, Bellingham, Foden, none are performing anywhere near the level they should.
But nobody said they're not top players, but they were poor individually because they were poor. And of course, they are not being aided by the setup, right? Case in point. Cole Palmer, I wouldn't even say he was amazing for England, but whenever he came on for England, he made some form of difference. Some games here and there, but generally he made a positive impact. Phil Foden gets spoken about like he's creme de la creme. He's this, he's that, and he's a fantastic player. He's a fantastic player. I'm sorry, you do not need 20 number sixes who can thread the ball in between lines for us to see Phil Foden even put in a 6 out of 10 performance on average in a tournament. I completely get your point around the setup. The setup isn't geared around getting the best out of their best players, but Bukayo Saka was having Kyle Walker as his right wing option. He was getting double teamed, and Bukayo Saka still found a way to make something happen. My point with Phil Foden is the way England set up, and again, I have to say, I said it before the tournament, the way England's set up, a player like Phil Foden cannot play in the hole because he doesn't have the personality.
Where do you play him then?
You don't play him. You bring him off the bench. I keep
he
saying
plays
this.
in the hole for Man City. He plays in the hole for Man City.
Bro,
where
there's a difference between playing in the hole for Man City and playing in the hole for England.
Okay, let's put Cole Palmer there then.
You're comparing Foden not being as having the same output as Saka when they have very different roles. Foden's role in the pocket in the middle is to dictate the whole play, to dictate the whole attack, make things happen throughout the pitch. Saka just has to deal with the fullback. Saka just has to deal with the fullback, and he did a really good job at it. But there's no point.
I agree with Hughie. I'm absolutely agreeing with Hughie here. You can't compare the roles and the performances. You're asking the player of the season not to be selected because the coach can't find the best position and can't find the tactical setup to include the best player of the Premier League this season.
Not just that.
I think you overgas Saka. I think Saka.
I'm not even talking about Saka.
I think Saka was the best out of an awful attacking outlet, man. Bro. Saka was the best. I get that, and I agree with that. And you're asking, like, Jude Bellingham's not getting any heat here, and I agree.
I told you to drop him the last game. You said that. I told you he should be dropped the last game. You said, no, you know what? You can't drop. I said drop both of them.
What I'm saying is we all agree there's not one bad bum shit player in that that setup. Yeah, we all know they're fantastic or they've got attributes in individually. We know that they individually were crap, as in terms of their own performance. Can't trap a ball bouncing off their knee, misplacing a pass. But you have to look at
what's your midfield three, Grizz? If you were to pick right now,
I don't know. I don't know. I need to think about this, man. I don't want to just throw out names without
I'll tell you,
thinking
man.
about it. I mean, look, Mainu. Look, I'm not even a Man United fan, innit? I'm a Liverpool fan. I think Mainu was fantastic, but Mainu looked so fantastic, so good because everyone else was shit. Mainu done basics, brother. Mainu done what Spanish midfielders do with their eyes closed every single game. But because it was for England in the setup like that, it was so clunky. Mainu looked like mini Xavi out there. Get it? But he wasn't mini Xavi.
Let me tell you something.
I think Mainu's the first name in that midfield. When you're making your midfield, I've disrespected Mainu before, but I wasn't familiar with your game, mate. I wasn't familiar with your game during the season with Man United. Put the kid in there with good players, and he's flourished.
So who would you put him in there then?
I think Mainu is exactly what I'm talking about. If you gave him more license and more confidence, as he grows into his England shirt more over the years, he'll get more like it. Like he's progressive. He's risk taking. He's happy. He's happy to move forward and break between lines. The flicks, the flair. He's one of these DMs. It's like, look, I'll do things that get us in trouble, but I'll also do things that will really help us.
Safe. And I agree with you. Mainu is fantastic. As I said to you, I hate the fact that Man United have got a gem. Finally, they've got an absolute gem. I hate it. But even Mainu, in the last couple of games, by the time this tactical setup has taken its toll on him, looked innocuous. It looked not innocuous, anonymous.
He looked worn down by the system.
Yeah, but that's my point. That comes down to the tactical setup and the coach. Even the sparkling Mainu that we saw in the first few games when he made impact, his passing, his link-up play. I was the first one to big up his link-up play and said he's on the same wavelength as Foden. Finally, Saka and Foden got someone on the same wavelength. But by the time the tactical setup has engrossed on him, he was anonymous. And you're gonna now we suddenly gonna say, "Oh, Mainu is shit." No, just we're not gonna say Foden is shit. Or
no one's saying any of this shit. What I'm saying is Phil Foden has rarely ever performed in an England top. He does not play.
No, you can't do that.
Okay. Hear me out. This guy does not perform well for England. He started Euro 2020s, where everyone remembers that. He started on the right, where he plays for Man City. He started on the right, stunk for 2-3 matches. What happened? They dropped him. They brought Bukayo Saka in. Since that's happened, Saka's kept his spot. Okay, cool. You can't do your job on the right. Come, let's try you on the left. They tried him on the left. It doesn't work. Now you're trying him in the center. It doesn't work. Some players just don't perform for their country, and that is okay. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. We know.
But problem here, Toby. No, quickly, very quickly. Then you can carry on. Many players don't perform for England, though. You can't say some players. Majority of their recent history, Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard, are we all going to say...
Guess what? They all lack balance. They don't have the balance.
Point. So we can't say, some players don't perform for England. Many players, the majority of players don't perform for England.
Yes.
Name players that have played their club level for England. So there's a bigger problem.
What was the issue with the golden generation? The issue with the golden generation is Sven tried to force every single player on the pitch at once. There was no balance to the team.
Football culture and heritage is heavy in international. You know, we talk about a lot in club football, but internationally, it's probably more relevant than club football. And I think England have had that era, this era, enough quality to have had one stuff. But if they ever come up against a Spain that have a solid side, or a Brazil that's got a solid side, or a Germany, or a France, or a Portugal, even in the early 2000s, I remember a couple of times I think knocked them out. All of these other countries, when they've got a solid side, they are better than England with a solid side. And that's the problem. I think the identity, the culture of, listen, we've seen English players under Pep play a certain brand of football, and under different managers, yes. But when it comes to the national team and all together, like the whole Spain thing comes back down to identity, and the English players could never be as technically proficient as the Spanish players, never, because it's just not in their heritage and culture to be that. Unless you get unless this is where the whole other side of it comes in, which I don't think is fair. It's worked against Ireland, it's worked against Turkey. Unless you get a Spaniard born here that decides to pick England, it's hard to get that sort of technical quality in abundance through the ranks in this country.
But they have it right now. They have it right now. Let's be honest. They don't.
They They don't, but evidently they
Mainu?
don't. But
No,
bro, you know what? Listen, people think
Adam
I'm a
Morton.
hater of Mainu, yeah? I'm not a hater of Mainu, but the gas on the kid's name is crazy.
Bro, he's that
I
guy.
agree. Turkish, I fully agree. I fully agree.
If we're saying he's that guy from that
doing
Euros,
too
that's
much for me.
crazy to me. And listen,
Not for the Euros. Just
quality, you know,
understand there's levels.
I never said he's
but
that
Saeed,
guy,
you're
but I think he's a lot better than I was
There
giving
ain't no
him credit for.
sideways passing.
You
There
did.
ain't no-
You said you're the first name on the
Ball,
team
nah.
sheet now.
I mean,
above
this
all
is
these other
levels, man.
players.
Yeah, well,
Huh?
because I don't think Rice is. I don't think Bellingham is. I think out of all the midfielders that England have to choose from,
That's
I think
crazy.
he suits the best. I think he's
So,
the first name.
That's
then
crazy.
why-
Bellingham's not that guy, and Rice definitely isn't that guy.
Okay,
You man rate-
so
you
we
man
can
rate
all-
Adam
we can
Morton,
all-
seriously.
Can I ask
guy,
a question? Can I ask a question? We can all say Bellingham is not that guy for England, even though Jude Bellingham has actually had a good tournament for England in the World Cup and had a bad tournament.
Not
here.
really. I'm not gonna lie to you. Apart from the goals,
He
he's
did
not-
have no. Stop it.
Nah,
Let's
man.
not count. He
Mm.
did
And
have a
I
good
rate
World Cup
Jude
tournament.
Bellingham. I always stick up for him, but you know what? Nah. Apart from the goals, he's been shit. Jude Bellingham.
Shit, I'm not talking about this tournament.
Saka was
I'm
that
not
guy
talking
in
about
that
this tournament.
tournament.
I said
Qatar.
in the World Cup.
Oh,
the
the
World
World
Cup,
Cup.
he was good. This tournament, he was crap. So what I'm saying
Okay,
is,
all right, cool.
Jude Bellingham, clearly, the type of player he is, England need more from their midfielders in the roles that he plays. So we can make that statement of Jude Bellingham. Why can't we make that statement with Phil Foden? Even Rice, even if you want to drop Rice, fine. Maybe you can make an argument for dropping Rice. But the problem with dropping Rice is he's the best defensive option in the midfield that England have. You pair him next to someone who can pass the ball, and you play a playmaker above Declan Rice, an actual playmaker, not a shadow striker or a technically gifted player who drifts in between the pockets and finishes move. Get someone who actually wants to get on the ball, wants to come deep, wants to force the issue. A playmaker.
I think you know what it is
And that
though.
makes
People
it look
understand it.
different.
Club football and international football, they're two different things, you know, guys, man. Like as much as we say, look, Rice has got the you know, you can get the ball and you can, recovery tackles amazing. But what you got to remember, international football is what you do on the ball as well. And I just look at Rice and I'm like, very tentative, very slow, ponderous. You know, he doesn't want to make progressive passes. And I just think for me, someone else can do that.
Can I answer this? Can I just go on?
He was not good.
Wait, no, Tobs, I went. Finish.
I can see Turkish
I'm just
getting
saying,
charged there.
I just think international football is different. Club football, I think it's amazing. Declan Rice, what he does, is amazing, and I fully rate him on that.
No, go on, let Turkish come in. Let go on. I want to hear this.
I'm just saying what I've seen of Declan Rice. I've just seen a player who's just been
come
not
across
been able
things,
to.
graphics and whatnot, and I can't confirm whether they're correct or not. But maybe the chat, maybe you lot can confirm. Was Rice top 2, 3?
Oh, here we go. Stats again.
Don't
Here we go.
don't do that.
Oh
Don't
my
do that.
god, man.
At the end of
I
the day,
swear,
but
I
you,
knew you
man,
were gonna bring up stats. I
but you know
knew it.
why? Because none of you men are respecting the defensive
No,
side.
are
of
you
things
Babs with a
that-
beard?
Hold
You're
on.
Babs with a beard right now.
Like you
Babs with a beard.
none of you men are respecting.
Babs
the
has a beard.
defensive side of he
What do
does.
you mean he's Babs with a beard?
Bigger beard. Bigger beard. Babs with a bigger beard. No.
None of you
bigger
men are
beard.
respecting the Hold
I am.
on.
I am.
Hold on. One sec. You lot keep on talking. Stop now. You've talked. Imagine I've stayed silent through all this. Kobe Mainu is the center diamond of the midfield and all of this.
Don't count me in that section. Yeah,
We've
but yeah,
talked
go on,
about
carry on.
Foden, and Hugh's first thing is to talk about Declan Rice. Declan Rice defensively, which is what he's there for Foden to open up. Defensively, statistically, Rice is doing his job to a T. To a T, breaking up play, interceptions, long balls, passes into the final third. Declan Rice is top 2 in the tournament for all those metrics. So for you to then go blame Rice for
Have
Foden,
I blamed him for defensive
hold
though?
on, one
I
sec.
said going forward. Yeah.
You as well, anyway. You as well.
No, you want him dropped, brother. You don't go
Stones-
anywhere. You want him
Stones and Gahey are getting a hell of a lot of credit. You know, the man they have in front of them is the best at what he does. You know that,
in
right?
England.
In terms of breaking up play, he's the best at that.
That's what I'm
He's the
saying.
best at
Yeah,
that.
in
Easy.
England.
Yeah.
Easy. Well, if we're talking world football top 3, then you could say other players in front of him, top 3.
Yeah.
But no one wants to mention his defensive side of things. Rice defensively is the reason why, if Mainu turns into this great footballer, which he looks like he's going to be, he will be able to excel with a Declan Rice next to him.
Agreed.
What are you going to do? Take out Declan Rice, put another liability in, and have him next to Mainu growing?
Mainly will do well with or without Rice. That's all.
No, he won't. No, he won't. Do you know why he won't? Do you know why he won't?
Let's see in your midfield this year. Last year he was in your midfield. He was in your midfield last year. And how many shots on goal did you man take?
Can I ask you a question? Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
I asked you a question. You can't.
No, no, no,
You
no,
ask him a question, just can I ask you a question?
It's so
Let me
offensive to say that big players disappointed. We can talk about the coach, but why is it so offensive to say that man did not deliver?
It's not.
not.
Then why are we having this debate
point.
about?
No, we're saying that, but what we're saying,
But you're allowed to try and apply some context and have a discussion about why
But we
maybe players
have.
are performing. And then as soon as you name drop someone else's player, they're like, "Why are you bringing my player into it?" Because they're all playing for the same fucking team.
I swear down, man. It's not even about that.
But we have. We've said Rice was not good this tournament. I don't care what Turkish is. You can bring up how many stats you want.
That's fair.
He was not good this tournament. Let's call a spade a spade. He wasn't good this tournament. He had some good moments, some good games, but he didn't have a good tournament. Foden was diabolical. Kane, diabolical. Jude, diabolical. Walker, diabolical. Like, let's just call it what it is.
Walker was proper.
Yeah, Walker,
I don't really get. And again, we talk about the midfield. We talk about this. We talk about that. Like England, Turkish. You're talking about technical quality. England have technically gifted players. They do. They have Palmer. They have. Yes, they do. Turkish. Are you telling me that? Are you telling me that Nico Williams has more technical quality on the board than Palmer? Come on.
Yeah, but
You're just choosing one though.
Has he got
name your technical ability players?
You know what it is with it's hard to Palmer could never run at pace like that on the ball and keep it in control. There's different.
Yes,
he does. At the pace that Williams moves, no way he can do that.
Speed, but he can carry the ball with.
Yeah, but that's
with
they're different.
Keep it.
But that's the difference making, innit, Tobes? That's the that's the margin.
We're talking overall here, like from squad wise, like we're talking. You can get one or two that look. Gascoigne, for example. Yeah, one of England's greatest, if not greatest players, yeah, technically superb. Maybe you could include Hoddle technically and a few others over time as well. Technically, David Beckham mastered the art of set pieces and long passes and so. Technically, England have had gems throughout history, but Spain in abundance, Brazil in abundance, Holland majority of the time in abundance, France in abundance. Like England, it doesn't come in abundance like that. And at the end of the day, control.
But what I'm saying is they've got a crop now that actually have talented. That have
it's coming. Yeah.
They've got a crop right now. I hear your point broadly, but right now they've got a crop that should be able to go toe to toe with the likes of Spain. They should be able to, and they don't because players haven't performed, and the manager sets them up poorly.
And Spain are maximizing their quality as well, and England aren't. That's the difference as well. Spain are maximizing their bench. They're maximizing what they've got.
You know what? Bravery is so understated in coaching terms. Like when we talk about brave coaches, we just say it. But to put how old is Williams? We know the other brother is 21 and 21 and a 70. To rely on a championship from the day dot, not inadvertently, not accidentally come across the system and formation like Southgate kept coming across, accidentally or an injury made him play this, but from the offset, having your tactics and formations set, knowing that you're going to have a Cucurella who's looking to get criticized left, right, and center because people have seen him in the Premier League get butchered every week and play injury and be injured, whatever. Then you've got Laporte who's playing his trade in Saudi Arabia now. And then you've got an aging Carvajal to put your bravery in that back four. And then on top of that, you've got two youngsters on the flanks and a Morata who gets regularly criticized for the nearly guy. That's what you call bravery.
His career is unbelievable.
That's what you call bravery in coaching. And Gareth Southgate was not brave at all. It was just moments of bravery, and people were like, yo, that substitution, because it worked, that moment, But it was moments that got England through to the final. But overall, their play, their structure, their tactics weren't even close to being good enough. And that showed the first decent team they come up against.
Yeah.
Look at the goals England scored as well. Like, they're not really blowing teams away. Like, they're having to score from low
moments. It was moments.
moments, low XG chances. Like,
Oh, you know what?
yeah.
You deserve to win every game. When you look at the games that they've won, like, have they deserved to win any of the games?
I think they deserve to beat Netherlands. I think they deserve to beat Netherlands.
Yeah, but it was almost a brilliant start when you actually look at it. Like Cole Palmer on the edge of the box plays it into, because that shot he had no right, by the way, Watkins to score that goal. So that was a moment of brilliance. Jude Bellingham, moment of brilliance to bring him back in the game. Like, bro, I just look at the game. I'm like, Sacco to equalize against Switzerland, moment of brilliance. Like, I didn't see, like, Spain scored goals where you kind of looked at it and think, right, look at the way they interchange and whatnot. Like, it was goals that they did in training. When you look at England, you're like, it's just all about individual players.
Southgate just picks 11 players and puts them out there, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you can't do that. I think
literally try to fit in everyone. He literally just tried to fit in all the big names. We don't know for sure. We don't know. We can't predict these kind of things. Assume, but I've got a strong assumption that the likes of Gordon and even Jared Bowen would get much more time if they were Spanish or wherever in their teams, because they would probably fit the system more than a Jude or a Foden. I'm just not picking on those players. I'm just saying that with the setup that England have, I think the likes of, maybe lesser known players, like, so for example, the point I'm trying to make is, for example, Bowen and who's the other guy I just mentioned? Gordon. Bowen and Gordon are less glamorous names than a Foden and a Bellingham. But I think for other countries, they will be selected ahead of their strengths as opposed to their names.
But you told me, I said this the last. You said
I did say it. 100%. I said Jude has to play because I thought he'd have a superiority complex. I wanted England to be not inferior first time, but they still, were inferior mentally as well going into this game. So that was wrong.
If it's me, genuinely, Palmer should be the number. If you ain't got someone like a Palmer, should be the number 10. If I'm going off the squad now, you want someone who's actually going to wants the ball in dangerous situations and is going to actually try and find gaps, ask questions of the opposition. You want someone with a bit more personality, and you want someone who's actually a playmaker to play in the hole.
Madison,
playmakers, play the guys who have.
I know it's crazy, man. But he didn't play well.
Playmakers.
That's my question, Toby.
They have to be playmakers. They have to be. And when I was saying the shit about Madison, man were telling me, "Oh, you're doing X, Y." I said, "No, he's a playmaker. Don't care what anyone tells me. He is a playmaker. He gets the ball from deep and he forces the situation. That's not Phil Foden's game. That's not his game. That's not Bellingham's game. Yeah. I don't know why man find it so difficult to say that. These guys can be fantastic players, but they are not. They're not jacks of all trades. They're not, because there are certain things they're not good at.
Can I just say, you know what it is? Sometimes a manager might think, Eze or Gordon, they're not a big enough name to display Saka.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Let me ask you a question. If he brought Grealish or Rashford, I think he would have changed it sooner and started them, because let's be honest, Rashford and Grealish, they're starters, right? Whether you rate them or not. But maybe he thought they're not big enough names, and if I change it, I'm going to look like If Rashford and Grealish came, I reckon he probably would have put them in the team quicker and sooner and actually started them. You see how Shaw came back in? Look how fast Shaw came back in. Yeah, and I know everybody thinks, Shaw is injury prone. Bro, the guy has had half a game against Netherlands straight into the team because he knows the quality. So maybe he should have done that. Because if we knew Gordon and them weren't playing, bro, everyone would have said, yo, man, no point these guys are here. And they didn't displace them. He didn't have the minerals. I think
you're talking facts, man. That's why it goes right back to the beginning of the conversation. Having a manager who's willing to take risks and doesn't care about the noise in the media and what the country are saying that what he should be doing. He says, "Nah, this is what I'm doing." If England had a proper manager, you see all this tribalism online, people saying my player is better than yours. Some people's prides would be seriously damaged because a manager with big balls would come in and say, "I get you're a great boy at your club, but I don't think you fit the system I'm trying to play, so you're going to hold bench for now." And that's what great managers do instead of trying to shoehorn them all in, man.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, agrees.
Oh, shit. Man. I was about to move on to super chats, but
Matisse, we telling me
he's returned.
Big up Spain as well. Big up Spain. They were brilliant, man.
Big up, man.
What are you telling me?
Big up what? Big up what?
Spain, they were brilliant.
We haven't even talked about Spain. You know what?
Why are you looking at Matisse and saying something like big up Matisse or something? Just like
no. Big up Matisse as well, though. But I'm saying big up Spain. They were fantastic. And if we're taking our England sad story and bias.
No, but we bigged them up. Yeah, we've said they were
Big
elite.
up, Matisse.
Yeah, but we need to mention some of the players like Yamal, Nico Williams. Like they were.
Bro, can we all
fantastic.
say now Yamal is the best winger in the
Cucurella
world
was
now?
really good. I must say, Cucurella was really good. Laporte, fantastic tournament.
Well, I think it's only fair Matisse is in the building, and
There you
we
go,
haven't
Matisse.
spoken. I mentioned Cucurella just briefly, but
Cucurella.
Yeah,
some brothers
like
call him
Matisse.
Kucha. Some, I don't need
Kucha.
to-
they call him
Some
Kucha.
some
Yeah,
brothers
so,
on
yeah,
this platform.
some brothers, yeah. So,
Yeah,
so you know, Tobes' hating of Chelsea players, you know, rings true. But listen, I think he was spurred. I don't know if he was spurred on by Neville or just concentrated for his country, but the guy was incredible the whole tournament, man.
Nah,
The
real
whole
talk.
tournament, he was so locked in. He was a dog with a bone. Obviously, we know going forward, he's nothing to, you know, write home about. He's no attack-minded fullback, but he just stuck to the task and he provided some good balance, man. He provided some good balance because Spain have got enough players. Fabian Ruiz edge of the area, Pedri when he was fit, Dani Olmo when he came on later in the tournament. They got enough attacking threats, and he just stuck to his task and done his job, and he was brilliant. So, but to be there live in the flesh, man, was incredible. I have to say, first of all, the England fans were unbelievable. You can tell these guys really wanted to win. Like it was really deep for them. And I must say, you know, they did take up 75% of the stadium. I think that helped with the noise. But afterwards, like the Spanish fans that I was coming across, they were just so chill.
Relaxed.
They were so calm, so relaxed, so nonchalant. Like, yo, yeah, we just picked up another and just dipped. Like it's almost like they knew before they were going to win. They were not overhyped or anything. Obviously, England wanted it to come home and whatnot. But I was just thinking, the party and the way the streets would have been just overran if England actually managed to win that game, because Berlin would have been on his side. Do you know what I mean? But with Spain winning it was a lot more chill. So, but yeah, I don't know what's being said and what's not being said, but I felt like this was quite a fair result in the balance of what we've seen of the whole tournament. England, they have rode their luck far too many times, and it's almost like the chickens came home to roost. And everybody who always says that, you know, tournament football and you can win it no matter what way. This was kind of a kind of shush, you know. It was like, yo, top teams that play well, they also win tournaments too, you know, and quite a lot of them. So there's enough examples of Champions League winners, you know, World Cup winners that have actually played really well and have deserved to win their tournaments. It's not always luck and last minute moments and individual brilliance that is going to win you tournaments. So I know I'm sweepstaken, you know, I'll take that consolation prize, but I would have preferred if England won it, man. After all that,
I was saying your voice is gone. So are we actually supporting England or you're Spain now? What's going on?
No, I was supporting England. Like, bro, my voice is gone from that Palmer goal. You don't like.
Oh yeah, no, I see your vlog. Man.
I think everybody finds their little attachments to the England team in their own ways, right? Because it ain't easy. But bro, when that Palmer goal went in, I swear I thought I was gonna have a heart attack.
Bro.
My voice just went. I don't know what happened. I honestly can't remember. I'm shook.
Mad.
I was shook. Even thinking about it now, bro. The limbs when Palmer scored, it was like crack. It was like the gummies again. You know, but the good part when you was, you know, talking to me in the hallway, not
When
the
you
bad
was
part.
flying up this way.
Yeah, bro, I was on a
face
upward
painting that.
trajectory.
You know, I see
Oh, it was one of the best moments
on.
ever, man. Like Palmer scoring in a final and just not needing the gas, not needing the hype, not needing the comparisons, just doing his thing, coming off the bench, playing his part, not starting most of the tournament, and just having impact and just showing his class in the last two games. The assist for Watkins and then the goal as well. He's just talking with his boots, man, and we love it. We absolutely love it. He's a serious player. So I'm buzzing for him. But yeah, it is what it is, man. England don't win, so it's like this. I kind of got over it the following morning. The sun was shining in Berlin, and we just moved on. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Listen, man. Big up to Lamine Yamal. Big up to, you know, this the wingers as well. Like even the centre backs.
The people's Ballon d'Or winner, Rodri, man. This guy's a winning machine.
Yeah.
Win so much you forget how to lose. What Nike was saying, wasn't that the phrase today? Bro's won
He's a favorite, isn't it?
8 trophies since 2023, at the start of 2023, and lost 5 games for club and country. Like, it's just, this guy has to get the Ballon d'Or, man. He's the best football player in the world. Everything runs through him. I talk about progressive DMs, which I get, not all of them are, but this guy is. He's him. When you talk about who's him, Rodri's
He's an
him.
all-rounder, man. He's an all-rounder. It's like
He's an
Roger
all-
Federer.
bro, he's a freak.
All-rounder.
Absolute mentality monster. That term gets thrown around too often, but Rodri is a mentality monster, man. And and people say, "Oh, City would be nothing without Rodri." for a large parts of that, I agree with it, man. I agree with it because we missed him for 4 games last season. How many of those did we lose? 4.
Can I make a statement?
Can I throw a spanner in the works though? Does Vinny Jr. still not deserve to be in this conversation?
Of course,
Yeah.
Because Real Madrid won the Champions League. He was instrumental in that, right? We saw Madrid didn't have a striker all tournament. He was the outlet for a lot of that period, making those runs, getting the goal in the final, I believe. They won the league. So it's not like as if he didn't have his own achievements as well. It wasn't a great Copa America.
Let me tell you a story that resonates very deep with me. Yeah,
Go
there's
on.
a man called Erling Haaland. Yeah, Erling Haaland. He scored 52 goals in his first season for Manchester City in the Premier League. We won the Champions League. We won the Premier League. We won the FA Cup. He broke every fucking record God handed to him. And because Messi won a World Cup in December, he was told, "No, mate, shove your records, your Champions League, your Premier League, and your FA Cup right up where they began, and we're giving the Ballon d'Or to him." So Rodri now, who has just led City to a 4th league in a row, led Spain, who at the start of the tournament, as Turkish said, if you said Spain will go on and win the tournament, or if England plays Spain, you'd fancy England to beat them, they go on and win the fucking tournament. To the point where he's taken off at half-time, and everyone's licking their lips. He's off now. You know, we can go on and win this. Rodri is the Ballon d'Or winner for me. The Ballon d'Or winner.
I'm agreeing with Huey too much today. I'm
a
agreeing with
contender.
Huey. I'm agreeing with Huey way too much today. I think everything Huey said was spot on. But his partner in crime was the player of the tournament. Fabian Ruiz. Fabian Ruiz was magnificent. Now,
that's my
Huey,
bowler right there.
now, also someone said, one of you lot said, people didn't know about Fabian Ruiz. Fabian Ruiz at Napoli was playing some ridiculous football for that brother that was at
Well, they won the league.
Smoker.
They won. Oh, sorry. Even you're going all the way back there.
Brother Fabian Ruiz, and I tweeted foolishly, not foolishly, because it was full of when he went to PSG and I seen him play a couple of games.
Yeah,
you know what I wrote? I tweeted. I looked at back at my tweet because I searched back my tweets. Yeah, Fabian Ruiz, because I know I big him up, I large him up bad. But my last tweet about him was this fall off from Fabian Ruiz. ... Because he fell off at PSG. But again, what does it show you guys? What we've been discussing for the best part of an hour. Balance. PSG ain't got. PSG got hella stars, but no team balance, no structure, no style of play. So Fabian Ruiz looked dog shit and then he steps into this team. Fabian Ruiz was a dream, man. He should have been what Wharton should have been, or can still be. Give the guy a chance to develop now and give him that role. You know what I mean? To play.
Who? Huh? Ruiz is 28.
Ruiz and Wharton are different players, though. Different styles.
Different styles, but
brother,
still equally good.
Wharton, I don't think they are. I think Wharton is can do that role easily.
I think Ruiz has got more. He's got more quality in the final third. And
bro, Wharton's a baby compared to Ruiz in terms of experience. Let him develop. That's why I said let him play. Let him play.
But you know what? Good shout to Carvajal as well. Carvajal, man. We need to put some more respect on this. No.
He's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. I think Carvajal needs respect, man.
You know, people talk about Gary Neville being disrespected and underrated and all this blah. Shut up.
No, but still, he's but yeah.
Shut up.
Why did you give me?
No, shut up. Carvajal is that guy that needs to be respected, underrated. All of the adjectives that people use for Gary Neville, put it on Carvajal's label and name.
Yeah, he had a phenomenal. Spain's first 11, they had really good tournaments. The attack, the attack was fantastic, man. Nico Williams impressed me this tournament.
He's impressed everyone, you know, because everyone thought beforehand. He
impressed me a lot this tournament.
Cold, innit? But
he did.
And he's off to Barcelona. And
is that confirmed? Is that confirmed?
Well, he's hot target. Like, I mean, like, they won him this summer.
Yamal as well, man. The way in which, like, it was mad because Luke Shaw was touch tight to him, and I felt like England were dealing with him well in the first half. But second half, as energy started to fade, you saw my man just picking up space. And I know he didn't have like an amazing game, but he's so intelligent. Like, you notice this guy, how can you be so decisive at 17? I get it. If you translated what he's doing to a 25-year-old, okay, maybe it's not that amazing, but the fact that he's able to do what he does.
Do you know what it is?
Rodri said to him?
You know what it is?
It's mad.
You know what it is? I think it shows you he's not reliant on just his pace and his physical attributes and his quick feet. It shows you the kid's got a ridiculous footballing brain at that age. Because I agree with you, the way he picked off spaces, he thought, sure, you've been beating me. You've had the better of me, but now you're tiring. I'm still here, boy. I'm still here. And I love the way he just influenced the second half and the latter stages when Shaw just energy dipped.
Saying it there. It's a football IQ for me.
And can I just say, even the goal that Spain scored, they've scored some brilliant goals, but the second goal that they scored, brilliant goal. One touch.
That's like our pro clubs when we're in form.
The Olmo flick, the infield pass into Oyarzabal first time to Cucurella first time cross.
Shaw should have got there quickly, man.
Yeah. In fact, no, it wasn't Oyarzabal. It was the pass Olmo into Ruiz, I think. Ruiz into Cucurella and then Cucurella into Oyarzabal. Brilliant goal, man. And
wasn't it? Didn't Oyarzabal play out wide? It was a 1-2.
Was it 1-2?
Not sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it came into him from Olmo, and then he passed out wide, and then first time Cucurella, he makes the run. I'm pretty sure it was a 1-2.
Yeah, but either way,
it was honestly.
They played even. Do you remember that chance Yamal had, where like the football they played, and then the ball goes to Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo, he's teched out, by the way. Like, he's always been teched out.
Oh, he's cold, man.
My issue with him has always been.
I wasn't familiar with your game, Danny. I was not familiar with your game.
I've known him for years. Since Spain.
Almost been there.
Nah, not this good. I thought he's a good player.
He just gets injured a lot. That's the problem with him.
I don't think he's like
a whole player. He's just so injury prone.
I thought he's a good player, but he showed me levels that I didn't know he had. So fair play. It's okay.
The thing is, what Spain showed with their whole midfield as a unit is like having a balanced midfield that's functioning correctly, and everyone knows their roles and everyone's performing to a high level. It's so much more beneficial than just throwing the biggest names you have out into midfield and hoping that works. Because
also having players who perform, perform
too. Yeah.
Simon really impressed me as well. Some of his passes from goal was mad. Splitting. Wide open. I couldn't believe some of the passes he was playing, splitting England in half, man. It was crazy.
Guys,
this is compared to Jordan Pickford.
Yeah, but compared to exactly Tobes.
Compared
to that idiot boy.
No.
That was the highlight.
But we know Pickford can't play that way. That's the thing. Like, this is not new information. The guy plays.
He thinks he can. No, he thinks he's better than that.
Oh, he was scaring me, bro. He was taking a lot of touches.
He thinks he's better than that.
He's getting a bit too close.
He's not normal, man. He's not right in the head, man. He's not ADHD or something, man. I swear down. It's just so right, man. No, it's true, man. It's just so But my thing is,
he's Ramsdale on steroids.
Yeah, this is Spain without Pedri, who didn't play for the last couple of games. Gavi, you got Kobasi. You've got there's some other players that are coming through as well.
I'm glad Gavi didn't play. He would have stunk out the joint.
Yeah, he would have stunk out. No. Probably would not started, to be fair. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they still got stacked, man. They're still stacked, man. And you got these guys coming up in there. Isco.
What Tobes don't like? Tobes got agenda against Gavi.
He's got agenda against everyone, man.
I don't have an agenda against him. I just don't rate him. I don't rate him like other man rate him. I think he's a pit bull merchant. I think he runs around.
He's a passion merchant. He's a passion merchant.
Yeah, I think he's a pit bull merchant. Genuinely, I'm glad they played Ruiz.
That's another one speaks in.
Ruiz is that's what you call a cultured baller. Like, you're right. He wasn't. He's not really been impressive.
Oh yeah, Balde as well. He didn't play as well.
Yeah, no, Balde. They got a very good team. They got a very good team.
Listen,
Lopez. Yeah,
this is why England's time to take advantage has.
So this is when people start crediting losing, but losing at different stages. I get it. It's more than England have ever managed to do. Yeah. But when you look at the quality of the team, you were able to win. And Spain were once a nation that didn't win anything. Before that, dominance that they had with the 3 international tournaments on the trot. They weren't a successful juggernaut, right? But they seized their moment, and Belgium didn't, and England have also failed to seize their moment so far. And it's only a matter of time before Spain and maybe a few other nations start picking up. And next thing you know, you're not the favorite anymore. You're not one of the top 2 favorites. So,
but I still have hope, though. You know, Matisse. The thing is with England, I don't think our generation is kind of like, you know, Belgium, like Belgium now.
They're young.
Yeah, like Belgium now, bro. I don't know who they're gonna bring.
Oh,
through.
they're finished.
Yeah, they're finished. Yeah, with England, we still got Archie Gray coming through. We still got, you know what I mean? Like, there's some players are coming through.
Well, let's see Archie Gray at Tottenham.
I'm just saying though, but I see about Leeds in it, so it's different, isn't it? Like, you got
I better see something, but because the way people are talking about Gray, I better see something.
What do you mean you better see something? Relax, man. Let him give him time.
Man's putting bare pressure on Archie Gray. Man's putting more pressure. He's putting more pressure on Archie Gray than he did Maddison and Basuma. It's crazy.
Yo, it's crazy.
What are you talking about?
You heard me.
Bro, man.
Did I start?
What are you talking about?
I did not.
Nwaneri, yeah. You know what? I think that, you know that kid Nwaneri, yeah?
Expectation of Madison.
You know, that kid that Nwaneri, I watched him in the under-17. The guy's a baller, man.
It's good, man.
He's a baller, bro. The way he carries the ball.
Milky Moore, yeah.
Looking more, but that Nwaneri, bro. I'm telling you, he's cold him, you know.
Yeah, but he was sourcing with Nwaneri or whatever his name is. Sorry, Ethan. In the under-17s, no one's giving Mikey more than
right now.
When it's Ethan, it's he's the best thing since sliced bread. Don't get me wrong,
cold, man.
Cold. He's very cold.
Them sort of players, bring them through, man. They're little tiny, little silky little players, man.
We've got a lot of them tidy, silky players, though, innit? Really?
I know.
Under-17, man. These are kids, man. Lead them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, look, you think France don't have man coming through, or Spain don't have man coming through, or
Ireland, you're right.
Brazil, Argentina, all of these teams have players coming through. It's just the ceiling tends to be higher for those players from them countries than it does for the
France. Watch the Olympics, man, guys. Watch the Olympics. They have a second B team.
There's no way you're doing watch-alongs for the Olympics, SAEED.
No. We're gonna be in LA, so we won't. But I'm just saying, their team and their squad for that. They've got Desiree for what's it called? Thuram. Bro, they got Elise. Bro, that man got Bakola's gonna be in that team. Say Emery, who didn't play. Yeah, they're ridiculous, man.
The amount of ballers that France have just waiting there.
Yeah, it's mad.
That's why I think they've missed their chance, England.
Yeah.
The chance is still going to be their manager, so England still got a shot.
Don't worry, man.
But it's not only France. If they're struggling with Spain now, what's Spain going to be like in 2 years? And then 4 years?
When Yamal's...
And in 6 years, and in 8 years. It's not Foden and Bellingham and just Manu that are getting older and more experienced. These men are getting the same.
We got the lightest version of Yamal. Literally, we got the baby version. This is like the nicest version of Yamal you're gonna get.
Yeah. And whilst you wait for him, you'll have Vinny, who's 24 now. He'll be 26 at World Cup. And
who should be the next England manager? Do you reckon? Who would you all pick? Because they were saying Eddie Howe today.
Bring Thomas Tuchel. Bring.
You know what? That's a shout. You know,
you can't have a German in charge of England, though, man.
Why not?
He'd be great.
Bro, I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to win. I don't give a shit. I'll be honest.
I don't.
People were recommending Klopp before, so they're both German. People
I said that last time. Then I clocked. I was like, nah, that doesn't work, man.
I don't give a damn. Man speaks English. He can communicate with the players. Bring.
He's cold.
I don't know, man.
They're gonna probably promote that guy that plays for the under-21s, man. The manager under-21s. Carsley, is it? Lee Carsley or something?
Nah, they can't.
Lee Carsley.
Trust me. No, they'll promote under-21 guy. They'll say, yo, come be manager.
If you know, Lee Carsley, Everton.
He was a madman. I know.
Ireland were begging Lee Carsley to be our manager there a few months ago.
Bro,
England have to go big. They have to go big.
They do play good football though, man. Under 21s though, so I don't know.
Of course they do. They always do. You know what I mean? They always do. And when it comes to this level, it's a madness.
This is it. Facts.
I love Pat. Go on, lad.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do you know who it could be? It'll probably be someone like Graham Potter. That's the kind of mannerism.
I wouldn't mind him though.
That's the personality that I think the FA would love. They would love a Graham Potter personality.
But where do they go though? It's true though. It's intriguing. Like there's not like a him. You know what I mean?
They'll bottle it, man. They'll keep.
If we all written a name on the paper, we'd all probably pick different names, and that just shows you that there's not a clear cut.
They'll keep Southgate, man. They'll keep Southgate.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Keep
they
him
will.
there, man. Anyway, man.
He ticks every fucking box for them. He does what he's told. He's nice. He's clean. You know what I mean? He gets them to finals, and it's all good. But when push comes to shove, and they need that killer, he ain't that guy.
Who's in their World Cup group, by the way? Has the World Cup group draw been made?
It hasn't been
Not
drawn
done
yet.
I was gonna say, man, because bro, everyone getting excited. They'll be top of the group, and it's like it's coming on, and then boom. But no, and by the way, in America, bro, they won't be playing no silky football. I'll tell you that. Them stating them pictures, mate. Oh,
No, they
Oh,
got to fix them up. They got to fix them.
bro, they want. Yo, I'm telling you now, guys. Yo, shout out to the Americans in the
I'm
chat.
telling
Yo,
you,
Stevens,
Where?
dead.
The pictures
telling
out there
you.
are cheeks.
I'm telling you, any football fans going to America, they're gonna behave themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're gonna behave themselves.
Yeah.
After what we saw with Trump, they're gonna behave.
They're gonna shoot your Asbo ass if you go out there and start dashing
People-
beers on.
People
on
will be
windows
picking up
and shit.
all their rubbish. People will be picking up all their rubbish. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's gonna be the most. You're gonna see like the Queen's English being spoken, toodly pop and whatnot. I'm telling you, it's gonna be proper.
Nice, mad. It's crazy, man. So this idea that England think they're gonna play some good football on them pitches, bro. Forget it.
Speaking of
How's
America,
it go
Saeed,
long? Hey,
how was your Copa America final watch long?
but it was dead, man.
Bro,
Dead stand, man.
yo,
Messi crying though, man. That's a bit emotional.
I
Can't
saw
lie,
his
man. The
ankle.
two goats crying. End
His
of an era,
ankle
man,
was
guys, man.
madness, bro.
Ronaldo crying and Messi crying, man. You know what I
But at
mean?
least Messi won. So we're happy.
Yeah.
Messi
Yeah.
won. Lisandro Martinez won. That's noticed.
You know, can I give you a stat? Since he's been in the team, they've not conceded a goal. Toby.
Can I give
So
you a
that's
better
a
stat?
stat for you there.
Can I give you a better stat?
Give me a better stat than that.
Let me give you a better stat. Since Romero's been a
By
star.
the way, they're teammates, by the way. So don't, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, they are. And that's
No,
like, they
no,
make
wait.
a good
this
partnership.
is the new Saliba versus Konate, isn't it?
There's no versus.
yeah,
there's no
relax,
versus. They
man,
make-
relax.
one is clearly better, but they make a good partnership. Yeah, they make
Yeah,
a
they make a very good
The
partnership.
next season, one will be suspended, another one will be injured, so it
They
doesn't
make a
matter.
very good partnership.
Yeah,
Let me give
probably.
you my stat side, yeah.
Go on.
Since Romero's been a starting centre back for Argentina, they've won the Copa America, the World Cup, and the Copa America back to back. I rest my case, and they've had a pristine defensive
So was
record.
Di Maria, so was everyone up. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Do you know what though? It's nice to see because Argentina's defense used to stink. It
Yeah,
used
yeah,
to stink. It used to honk, as Tobe said on Twitter. Honk. It was honking.
Honk.
It was honking. So it's nice to see that they've got good centre backs, and
Bro, that-
and it's good. It's great for Messi. Back end of
Yeah.
his career, picking up shit. It's great.
That is amazing, though. World Cup, so Super Cup, Copa America, World Cup, Copa America. In between that, they had the Finalisma, is it called again?
Yeah.
That as well, bro. And you know what's mad, yeah? Like, I've seen better Argentina squads, man, than this, Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if you, man, see Pablo Aimar, Riquelme. They had better players than this. And still, they've managed to. Do you know what I mean? They've got Messi, don't get me wrong. But I'm sorry, but that 2014 squad where they had Aguero or Higuain, that squad was talented, man.
Yeah.
So it's like,
It feels like it was inevitable now, man. Like
Yeah,
the
man.
whole Messi thing, like, because that when you read that first 4 finals he lost, and then the last 4 finals he's won, bro, he's capped it off. Like, there should never have been a debate with him, but his last
of
like
course.
4 years with, or was it 5 years of Argentina? He capped it off. No one will do what he did. No one will do what he did.
yeah.
Maybe
man.
put maybe the world's gonna start noticing this Scaloni brother. Mad job he's doing.
Yeah.
Mad coach.
Yeah.
Maybe if he decides to go for a big club, I mean, I don't know how you leave Argentina, but if he thinks, yeah, I've done it all, and now he decides to join a mega club, which clubs would take him? Would any of our clubs would take Scaloni now? Because he's a bad boy coach. He's proved it
I don't know. You have to understand the transition of club football and international.
at the highest level.
I get that.
I'm just
but I
saying.
don't know.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I just got a new manager.
Yeah, but that's no problem for you, lot, though.
Yeah.
So no problem.
I've only just.
You trying to make a succession plan for Arne Slot already, or what's
Yeah,
going on?
haven't
Are
had
you
time
trying
to even see his training sessions clips, let alone new manager talk.
Yeah, man.
Let me look at the super chats that have come in. They have come in throughout the whole hour 20, so the conversation's gone all over the gaff. I'll try and keep the Well, I'm going to get them all in anyway. We'll start with this one. Danny says, unfortunate for you lads. Chin up. The GOAT hit number 45 yesterday. We can all rest. Also, how much would Prime Messi CR7 go for? And who would you sign?
Prime Messi is priceless. That's my answer. There is
So, but are we
no
talking?
price.
Are we? So I think he's asking both of them prime in today's market. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Messi's priceless anyway.
They don't
Yeah,
get
honestly,
sold.
you can write whatever number you want on the check. You know what that
Yeah,
means,
Messi's
isn't it? It's just there is no.
They don't get sold. They don't get sold. They
Yeah,
just stay where they are, man.
you don't sell them. You really just don't sell them. I'll be honest.
But give
They're
the brother
priceless.
an answer, any you pussies.
No,
CR7,
that is
yeah.
my answer.
What's the record? 200 now.
220?
220.
CR7 goes for free.
Do you know why I'm answering like this? Because the player quality in comparison to these two in their prime, what are you buying with that money? You don't sell them.
I reckon in today's market, one of them would be the first £500 million signing. One of them would.
Yeah, potentially the way it's
The
going.
replacements would be what, Liao? Yeah, no, thank you.
Big up Blue Moon as well in the building as always. He says Rodri Ballon d'Or 2024. Can't lie, Palmer, Trent, and Watkins should have started over Walker, Kane, and PR Bellingham. Foden was a 5-10, but still the best in the Premier League.
He wasn't a 5 out of 10. Lies.
Yeah, that's as fair as you're gonna get from Blue Moon.
It's a lie.
Can
He
we have a
wasn't the best in the
serious?
Prem as well, but yeah.
Can we have a serious discussion on Jude, or is he just an English summer brief overhyped, or is he just like an English summer brief overhyped and usually a letdown?
I don't think he's at Real Madrid in 3 years. That's how I feel about Jude. I don't think he's there in 3 years. They'll find the next superstar kid and they'll replace him.
I don't know, man. I think he's still a class player, man. He's just not who people say he is in some positions, and that's okay. We'll see what he's on next season. Now they've got Mbappe. He may not be deployed as the false nine or shadow striker or whatever. So we'll see how he reinvents his game, because let's not forget they signed him as a midfielder off the body of work he had at Dortmund as a midfielder. So let's see, man. He's a talented player. He just
I think
just isn't what people say he is, and that's okay.
Yeah, I think when people were comparing him to Zidane because of the number 5 or Kaká, this is where you've been led astray into the darkness, and now you're just trying to stab anybody, and you can't. You just need to just come back into the light. To be honest, do you know what I mean? Like Jude is not a bum. It's just Jude's being misprofiled because people thought at Real Madrid he was some sort of creative demon. Jude's got qualities that he can use, and I think this is why I think Liverpool were in for him. I think Jude, you know, in a box-to-box midfield role, I think he would have been brilliant. But I think if you're asking Jude to be this kind of playmaker, you know, in between the lines, that's not what I see in terms of just even his body type. That just doesn't look right. It just looks wrong. Do you know what I mean? So I think Jude's still young. Let's not forget, Jude can still develop. It wasn't so long ago Jude was playing a Luka Modric-esque outside the right boot pass for Real Madrid. Let's not pretend that Jude is just fortunate. He just got his place at Madrid in a cereal box. Like the guy's been scoring long shots in El Clasicos and doing shit. So football is a very fickle game, and people forget quite quickly that this kid is dealing with immense pressure in his debut season at Real Madrid. He's done his job, right, for the team and had to be a focal point, or not a focal point, but he's had to get goals, right? And then he's coming into an England team after being gassed up by the whole nation. He's in Adidas shoots or whatever with Zidane and whatnot, Beckham. Maybe it might be getting to his head. It would get to everybody's head. There's very few human beings that wouldn't get to their head. So he's going to calm down now. In the second season, things are going to start to plateau, and then let him develop and let's see where he goes. But luckily, England have got so many talented players. We don't need to really worry too much. If he's not playing well, he just needs to be on the bench. The issue here is Southgate didn't have the bollocks to bench him and to bench Kane, because Watkins was showing already he could improve the team and give different options in behind. And we had Palmer, we had Gordon. These people just needed to be benched, but it takes a strong character, a bigger character than Southgate to bench these players. And then we're not talking about these guys as much as we are, because they just don't play as much. So
was this celebration Zidane back in the day?
I'm not sure.
No, Jude,
I don't think so.
Or is that just Jude's thing now? Is it
just Jude?
No, Zidane. He done it once. It was not like a signature.
No, it'll do different. Yeah, he didn't have it.
waved
Zidane
his
was
finger,
boring. He done a lot of one of those Shearer
And
ones,
that,
so one
we
hand in the air.
waved
just
the
to cheer.
finger, and yeah, all of them kind of ones. Big up Slick, who's saying feels great seeing Rodri getting the PR he deserves. Currently number 1 on the Ballon d'Or power rankings. How long till he surpasses Busquets? 27.
I'm not going to speak on that because I get in trouble.
You
but,
already
know,
have on Twitter, so
Yeah,
you
well,
may as well.
that's a different side of me. Do you know what I
You
mean?
already have on Twitter, so you may as well just put your opinion out there now.
That's a different side of me.
I don't relate to that guy on Twitter when I'm on the show. Do you know what I mean? Different people, so don't put them in the same conversation.
You know what though? I feel like
Let's celebrate them both, man.
they are a bit different though. Like Rodri, we've already discussed. Rodri is more well-rounded in terms of like what he does in the attacking sense. Like Busquets wasn't scoring goals like that. Do you know what I mean?
No,
In
no,
Champions
no.
League Finals.
He's
and
more
semi-finals.
clutch. Rodri's more clutch.
He's clutch, bro. So you know, I think they're slightly different players.
It's
but
they're
incredible players, man.
See, this goes back to the. I think, and guys, there's a proper debate, but I think it's one of those Ronaldo Messi ones again, where it's style over substance, where they're both. No, maybe not Ronaldo Messi, but style over substance. Like they're both substance, but Busquets had that je ne sais quoi, man. Just everything was
Busquets is
slow.
well better. More
Everything
refined
was
on the
slow
ball.
motion, yet so effective. Like it was
Busquets
beautiful.
was mental, man.
I would hope if you've got Xavi and Iniesta in front of you, to have a bit of je ne sais quoi. Do you know what I mean?
No, Huey. I get
Oh, really?
the Xavi and Iniesta.
Bro.
Oh, really?
Busquets,
I mean, there's a
Ah.
difference between Xavi and Iniesta and Fabian Ruiz and Dani Olmo. You know?
Nah,
But,
man.
hey,
Yeah, but
Come on, man.
Busquets.
we're not judging Busquets off of Iniesta and Xavi.
You said what I said about
Busquets.
Sorry, Rodri.
Busquets. Can I just Busquets can hang on his own.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
With Busquets, right? If you're playing with Xavi and Iniesta, it's very easy for you to be shown up in terms of your technical quality because they're so in sync and they're so clear in terms of their technical quality.
Yeah.
If you're lagging behind, you will be exposed quite obviously. And he was never that. He was in sync with them the whole of his career. And he was just as he was technically ridiculous. So
Yeah, but see, that's the thing.
for me,
Yeah,
when
the
you
thing
play
is-
with those top players, sometimes it could be to your detriment because it's
Of
very
course.
obvious if you're not that good.
You stand
Very
out.
obvious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But check this out. Saying all that about Busquets and my favorite, because Busquets was a joy to watch, whereas Rodri's just, you want to win a game of football, the first player on your team is Rodri. One of them ones. But Busquets, you pay big bucks to play football and just have those moments, yeah. I think when by the time Rodri's finished, I think he's going to be in the category.
You think he could be burnt out?
We're gonna have to do one of those.
I feel like he's gonna get burnt out.
You think he could be burnt out? Because you have to remember, Busquets was how old was Busquets?
We've been saying Rodri
Till
burnt
about
out.
33, 34, and then he started to kind of duck a little bit.
Busquets' longevity was wild.
When we do the best DMs of all time, I think we're gonna have a conversation. That's
Look,
what I'm saying.
I have no gripe with people saying
We're gonna have a
Busquets.
conversation.
I have no gripe people saying Busquets is better than Rodri. I grew up on that Barca team. Do you know
But
what I mean? That was when I was
We're gonna have a
starting to
conversation.
really like understand football at 9, 10, 11, 12, that kind of period. But I think people saying in the chat that that it's as clear as you think. Busquets ahead of Rodri. You're
I'm
on
saying
crack.
Can we
I
agree
think
we're gonna have
I
a
think you're taking in
conversation
too
on the
much of that
next?
nostalgia.
Coles, man.
Nah,
We're gonna have a
man.
It's
conversation.
not to the.
Rodri ain't
I
touching
think
me.
you're getting a bit too
You're
giddy.
not,
there.
you're not having Rodri. You're not having Rodri in the conversation next episode.
Quality, but he's not. What are we talking here? Top 3, top 5 DMs of all time? Nah.
I said by the time he's finished, he's 27, brother.
Nah. Yeah, there's no
28,
chance.
Is he 28 now?
I still think he's got a way to go, but that's just personal preference for me because I love Busquets. I think Busquets, what he did.
We live in the moment, guys. When we look back,
But Rodri's on that trajectory. I think
That's
I
funny.
don't think
That
it's
is.
wrong. I don't think it's wrong to have the conversation personally, but I still think
that's
Live in the
what I'm saying.
moment. You remember that one?
I just said the moment, and you lot just gone all off track, man. I
Yeah,
just
because
said
you got
the
too giddy,
conversation.
man. What did you
Well,
call
can we
Oh,
admit that he's the
brother
best player
Saeed's
in the
calling
world,
me
man?
too giddy.
Can we-
Brother Saeed,
But you say you're living in the moment. That's why you shouldn't say them kind of things because I know.
I've
that's
said
what
this.
I-
I said by the time his career finished. That's
Saeed
the
telling
cool
someone
bit.
they're
Yeah,
living in the
not
moment
top 5.
is
Can't
like,
touch it.
am I in the Matrix or something?
What do you mean?
SAEED saying to you that you're living in
I
the
know,
moment.
I know.
No, because
I know.
This
You
major-
didn't clock that. You didn't clock that.
Bro,
It's a buzz line one. And it was like, yo, in that moment, he got gas about some buzz line. You know what I mean?
No,
And then he
shut
just
up.
yeah, I mean, that's why I said it. But
Because
anyway.
I know people are infatuated with this type of DM, but there's been different types of DMs throughout history, man. People can't just dismiss the OG DM because now DMs are a bit better to
Roy
look
Keane,
at on the
man.
ball and stuff.
Man.
Come on, Rodri could never touch Roy Keane. Never.
No,
What?
I'm not having that. I'm not having that.
Are you crazy, mate?
I'm not having that.
Wow.
Do we have time for
This
this?
is Roy Keane, man.
This sounds like this sounds
Yeah,
like
I'm
a
not having
video.
that. Not like I'm
This
not.
sounds
No,
like a
I'm
video.
not. I'm not disputing it either way. I'm sorry. I'm not decisive in either way, but I'm not saying there's a conversation, brother.
Rodri can't touch Keane. He can't touch Vieira. He can't touch Makalele. He can't touch Busquets.
Bro, stop smoking
Okay.
nostalgia for 2
Which,
minutes.
which
and-
one? Why? Wait, you stopped me at Makalele. Which one are you stopping me? I don't get it.
I'm keen. Vieira. He could chat to all these guys, all of them. Absolutely no problem. No
Okay,
problem.
nah, not yet, not
Rodri,
yet,
he's the
not
best
yet,
footballer
not
in the
Sorry,
world right
he's,
now.
body
for
of
me,
work,
Rodri's chatting to Makalele. Sorry, he is.
Not
He
for
is.
me.
Brother, you hate every Chelsea player, man. Shut up.
I don't hate Makalele.
I don't know.
I think Makalele's. I don't hate. I don't get this notion. So what? Because I said Rodri can chat to Makalele.
No, but you just have a history, innit? You have a history. You never gave Hazard. You didn't want to give Hazard his flowers. These were. You just have a problem. You have a.
While you were in your nappies, mate. Yeah.
So yeah, I know. That's where your
Yeah.
hatred was stemming from,
Yeah,
bro. You're a
yeah.
foaming at the mouth, bro. Watching
Yeah.
Chelsea. Yeah, it's long.
all the mid that you and your Chelsea cronies gas up, Caicedo, Enzo. I was there watching Michael Essien smash it.
My brother,
Top
if
bins with
Caicedo
his
played
left
for your
foot.
club,
Please.
Caicedo, you'd be calling him a footballing
Please.
genius if Caicedo
Please.
played for your club. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, Caicedo's a good player, but what I'm saying is the gas that you man put on your players now, it makes a mockery of the players that you actually had. Like you lot had generals, and the noise that I see on some of the media
we
players
did.
that you have.
Of course we
now.
did. Of course we
Crazy.
did.
It's
But a lot
crazy.
of our players are young. So let's let
Doesn't
them.
matter
Let's let
whether they're
them.
young or old. What I'm saying is that the levels staggering.
Brother, listen, like I said,
So-
you put a lot of gas on your players. Basuma, Doherty, Maddison, we can keep going. Richarlison. So let's not pretend like you
fine.
don't gas your
All
players.
of these players,
You used to have hold on, let me land. Kulusevski, you used to have Gareth Bale, Luka Modric,
But he's
Dembele.
leaving.
Yeah?
But he's
You used to
leaving.
have all of these Ledley
Yeah.
King. You used to have all these quality players, and now
Yeah,
you're
that
out there
everyone said
shaking-
wasn't.
now you're out
That
there
everyone
shaking-
said wasn't
now
world
you're out
class.
there
by the way.
shaking booty for all of
All these players that people said they weren't
There's a
world
difference.
class.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm just telling you,
What?
like,
What do
the
you mean?
same
You
applies
don't
to you,
listen.
bro.
All
The
these
same
players
what's
that
going on in the
apparently weren't
Gremlin.
good.
What's going on in the Gremlin gang? It goes on in the Tapping Tobes team
No, it
as well,
doesn't.
bro.
It
It's
doesn't.
the same
It
thing.
doesn't because
It's the same thing.
it does not. I promise
It
you,
does.
it does not.
It does.
It does not. Right?
You,
It does
you,
not.
you, it
I'm
does.
talking about Michael Essien. Michael Essien. I ain't talking about no fucking Caicedo. I'm talking about creme de la creme. When we
God
talk about
forbid.
elite
God
midfielders,
forbid. God
yeah?
forbid. Richarlison wins you a Carabao Cup. I swear you'll compare him to R9. I swear to God.
No, I would never. I
You
would
will.
never
You'll
do
lose your
that.
head. You won't be able to compose yourself.
You saying that actually makes me sick because you know full well I would never do such a thing. And you said this now. All your stupid Virgin fans are going to start saying the same thing. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. But I say this to say that Chelsea used to be an elite club, and you're just a shadow of the club you are now. So when you say I have a bias against Chelsea, I hate your club, but I can't hate ballers, bro. And SCM was a baller.
No, he
Balak was a baller. Lampard
Yeah.
was elite. Like you had elite players. Maluda was elite. Look at the players you gas up now.
No, Maluda was an elite, but yeah,
Hudson-Odoi and
nice.
Pulisic and all these man.
Did you say Maluda was elite? I mean, I hope the rest.
Maluda was
No,
at
Maluda-
Chelsea. He was
Maluda-
cold.
Maluda-
What are you talking
Maluda-
about?
Maluda-
Maluda was
had two-
Maluda was an
Maluda had
elite,
two
brother.
top seasons.
Yes, he
had two
was.
top
Yes, he was.
seasons.
For me, he
had
was.
two top
Anyway.
seasons.
And Anelka was.
Anelka had a great season, yeah.
Anelka
Golden
was
Boot,
elite, bro.
couple great seasons. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did we
I
get
mean,
it?
that word elite. What's your version of elite?
He's just
I
telling Maluda.
wouldn't say elite. I wouldn't say
Yeah,
elite.
Maluda was
Maluda
Maluda,
and
bro.
Anelka. Okay, Maluda, I'm doing the most with.
You're
Anelka
doing
was
too
most
much.
definitely.
Anelka
Yeah,
had
relax,
a mad career, so
Yeah.
Thanks for
Yeah.
calming
Don't
down.
be elite,
I like
obviously.
when Toby calms
But
down.
Maluda
straight
was
away.
cold. I just want it clear.
he was
Maluda
cold. He was cold. He was cold.
Yeah.
Well done, Tobes. Calm down straight away. I like that.
Next
It's
up.
getting a bit giddy. It's getting a bit giddy like me.
Get
Getting a bit
it.
giddy.
Maluda's elite, you know. Oh, forget
I
that.
don't know why. I
Someone
don't
just
know why
said
I'm
in the
stopping
chat,
him, bro.
Kalu's
He's
better
gassing
than
our
Saka.
players.
No, he
Son
wasn't.
is elite, man. Son is elite.
Solomon Kalou was not better than.
Kalu's not better than Saka. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Kalou was good.
Kalu is a super sub.
But like Turkish said, how did he get here?
I know.
Sorry, it's
I
because
don't know.
Matisse was saying I had a bias against Chelsea players. I said, no, I don't. I just have a bias against meaty players.
Solomon
Joe,
Kalou was
no.
like Grealish, bloody hell.
Fucking no, ignore the chat. Ignore it.
Let's not even start on Jack Grealish, boy.
Gilno says, loads dismissing Palmer starting for England in the Euros showed more personality, clutch moments, and good games than Foden. It's from 0 starts. GB says Rice had an awful tournament, good in the Prem where it's power and pace, technically football where it's more patience and movement. He ain't it. And Gilno actually added saying Palmer factually had a very comparable season to Foden this year in GA performances and underlying stats. One doesn't deserve special treatment. On the flip side, Toby stopped waffling, says Blue Moon. Foden was average, but stop making out Foden wouldn't start for every big nation in the world right now. Southgate's the fault.
It's like this Blue Moon guy just doesn't listen to anything.
You're going to set him off, Blue Moon, man. You're going to set him off. But just quieten him down there.
I'm not going to set off. I'm just going to say he just hears what he wants to hear and wastes his money on super chats. I appreciate the super chat, bro.
Nah, you're talking facts, Blue Moon, man. Keep firing them in.
All right, cool. No problem.
Tanya says, how good is Cole Palmer, bro? Why didn't he start? He's actually our best player. Why can't people see that?
This instant our best player. But anyway, we won't go back.
Don't worry, man. It wasn't worth any answer. Tevin said, Saeed's agenda and dislike for Rice is actually disgusting. This is crazy.
Bro, it's not that deep, man. Relax.
But I swear Saeed used to gas up Rice.
Saeed likes Rice.
He likes Rice a lot.
They're going on like I've just left, right, bro. I've just given criticism, valid criticism. That's all it is.
Man has left the Basmati Rice.
I've not. The stocks are still there, but I'm just saying.
Wow.
For me, technically and progressive, getting the passes forward, he's not the guy. That's all it is. Well, Turkish will bring some stats out, and then
Arsenal need to fight back, man. Arsenal need to fight back.
No, we've done it before. We've done it before, man.
To fight back in pre-season.
I don't want Turkish to get the spreadsheets out, man. It's calm, man.
Didn't you just say Lisandro starting hasn't conceded in some whatever you just said with Lisandro? Is that stats?
He played well though.
We played well. But
you know what it is though. You know what it is though. That's the eye test is met with the stats. I don't think Rice has done that though. That's the difference.
Broski, what eye test do you want from a DM that breaks up play for fuck's sake? What eye test do you want from him? I don't understand.
Bro, I want to see it. I want to see
him.
He's
not Perlo, he's not Busquets, he's not Rodri, he's not these man, is he?
I don't know, man.
But yeah, next up.
Tevin, I apologize if I offended you, bro. I really do.
So are we pricing him? Because Arsenal obviously wanted to pay West Ham more money. So is that still the case? Or are we going to?
How about we reprice Enzo and fucking Caicedo?
All right, easy, Tiger. Jesus.
How about we reprice? What we're talking about? Let's reprice them.
Calma. Why so aggressive?
Let's reprice them.
Enzo just won a Copa America. Leave my brother, please.
let's reprice them for real.
Let's reprice Richarlison. Let's do that.
That's fine. I'll happily reprice Richarlison.
You might have struggled to get rid of
you thought you were doing something there. I'm like, what?
I know you've sold your stocks. I know it's
bro. You might have struggled to get rid of Emerson Royale, man. AC Milan not looking to pay that money now, man. What's going on?
We'll get rid of him. I think we'll get at least 15 million for Emerson. We'll get rid of him.
Next one, PD says Mainu was mid at the Euros in 370 minutes played, 27 forward passes and can't win a tackle to save his life. You can compare them on the
really make many forward passes, Mainu, but I guess that's not really his overarching game. But yeah.
Oh, and someone's argument, against the player next to him is forward passes. You'd expect the player that he's arguing for to have
you would. But obviously, this is what we talk about parity.
It's Saeed's world, and we're living in it. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah? 1 goal scored with him on the pitch, 5 after being subbed off. Bashar says, I guarantee you guys, if Pep or Klopp coached this England team, they would have dominated this tournament. It's all on Skunkgate. The only player I blame in this final is Walker. Both goals on his side. Patrick, you guys consistently disrespect Carvajal. Walker has never been better than him. Classic Prem agenda. Have we?
I don't think we've ever spoke on Carvajal before.
Who
When
has said
we,
anything?
yeah.
Well, actually, the only person who kept quiet during that.
No, I think
this.
no, I'm just deep in to see if we've disrespected him. I think
we
he's
haven't.
probably. I think we've probably mentioned that he needs replacing at Real Madrid at definitely
Of
a couple
course,
of times.
but he
also,
let's not forget he had a resurgent season, right? But the season before this season just gone, he was poor for Real Madrid, and he will need replacing because he's getting on. But he's had a good season. He's had a fantastic season.
But the second statement I don't agree with though. He hasn't been always better than Kyle Walker.
I agree as well.
Yeah.
There's been seasons
The
where
second
Kyle Walker
statement's
I think
not
has
true.
been better than him. But if we're talking career, he's
Yeah, of course.
important for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Fine, cool.
Yeah.
Giovanni says if Trent had Walker's performance, we wouldn't hear the end of it.
This true. This true. This true.
It's true.
You know what?
This-
That is true.
this-
That is
No, please tell me.
Go on,
Please
Grizz,
tell me
land
this
it.
true. The uproar, the uproar, sorry, the
outroar.
outcry.
The outroar.
Yeah, I mixed the two in it. The outcry and the uproar would be astronomical levels if Trent put in, hold on, not one performance, but performance after performance after performance. Did Walker start every single game?
Yes.
Yes.
Did Walker pretty much stink out the gaff every single game?
No.
Yes, apart from
Apart from
1.5 games.
Netherlands. He
He
did
was
well against
Netherlands.
Netherlands.
He had a poor tournament.
Switzerland,
The one where
I
he
thought
played, the one he played the free centre backs position. That game, right?
Yeah,
He
that
had a
game,
decent
yeah,
game.
Wing backs, yeah.
Yeah. Every time he played like an orthodox fullback, we were told, "Oh, he's better defensively than Trent."
Yes.
That's what we were told.
Mm.
And on the ball, I don't even need to compare him to
No,
Trent.
no.
I'm just saying, man, the media, the agenda is horrific when it comes to Trent. I'm not saying Trent is the answer and he should have. I'm just saying the agendas and the double standards. The criticism would have been through the roof. Yet we're looking here at, he's not set up right. The rest of the midfield weren't set up right. He couldn't. Come on, guys, man.
I
Trent
think we need to
would
wait
have
for
been-
He just wasn't good enough. He just
Trent needs to
wasn't
be
good.
the
Look at the way Trent was treated. A young player thrust into an 8 in a European Championship,
Did
Oh,
people
25,
blame Trent or did they blame the
and
system?
then
I don't
thrust
think- I
out
don't
again
think-
and never to
I
be
don't think
seen
Trent's
and heard.
young. I don't think Trent's young. Can we just say he's going to turn 26?
I know. By the
Oh,
way, yeah.
he's
Are
nearly
you young?
26, man. Let's
He's
stop
turning
this
26.
babying
No,
Trent.
I'm not young.
Nearly
No, I'm not
26.
young. I'm not young either. He's turning 26 in
25.
October.
He's 25.
Yeah, he's not young
Yeah,
anymore.
but he's
25 is young.
I was going to
Wait,
make that
Trent
abundant.
Alexander-Arnold is 25.
He's going to be
hell.
26
28,
soon.
man.
Tobes, he's
Oh
going to be
my
26
God.
soon.
Yeah, everyone's
No,
going to
he's
be.
26.
Everyone's going to be.
He's 26 in
close to
October.
26.
In October.
He's
old
close
as
to
hell.
26.
You know this argument that
He's
you
done this
look
a
use.
few
Bro.
times, you know. Young.
Wait, hold on.
Bro, he's a couple of years from being nearly 30.
I love when they do this. It's gonna be. You're all gonna be. We're all gonna be. You're all gonna be. Everyone's
Yeah,
gonna
but
be.
you have a
25 right now.
They do
wonderful
this
way.
to Rashford as
You have
well.
a wonderful way of manipulating age. Do you do this?
You
all
and
the
you guys
time?
have a wonderful way of
He
criticizing.
did it with
Look at this.
Kanate. Remember
Look at
Kanate
this.
one as well.
But Grizz,
You're not turning on Trent
when-
again. This
No,
agenda. Look
the
at
way
this.
you no, it's not agenda.
agenda.
You just
Yeah,
said,
don't mention
you
Trent.
just spoke. You just spoke like he was 22.
No
You
one
just
mentioned
spoke
Trent.
like he was 22.
This is what happens when you
25
mention
is
Trent.
prime, man.
This is
You
what
do
happens.
you know what? You are actually. I was agreeing with everything until you tried to fraudulently
See?
change man's date of birth. Like, you can't do that, bro.
This is
You
what happens
can't
when you
do
mention Trent. This is what happens when you mention Trent.
And just
I
come
mean,
in.
Trent
That's a
is
shame.
not good defensively, but I still would have started him ahead of Walker. I would have.
And
You know who we
did-
need to wait for? Reese James, man. That he's gonna get that locked in 2026. If he's
Yeah,
fit,
man.
He needs to,
I'm choosing
Nah,
Reece
let him
James
let him
right back.
retire from
he needs to
international
lock in
duty,
his
man.
knees. He needs to lock in
Nah,
his
bro,
knees.
trust me,
My
man. That's
brother,
our best
my
right back.
brother is talking about. Oh my
Nah,
God.
trust me, man. He's our best right back, man.
Lord have mercy.
I like what you're saying. I like what you're saying.
No,
But
trust me. For me, Reece James,
we're
2026.
prioritizing. We're
I've been
prioritizing
trying to
Chelsea.
protect this brother's opinions for years,
Why?
Ben,
but he just does it himself.
Bro, what you
Who?
mean,
No
man?
one. He's
Why?
actually
You're telling
mentioning
me-
Reece.
Yeah,
Reece
but-
James,
no, but
are you? What,
Grizz,
by the way, why we go like Reece James? Is a
Reece
bomber?
James is not a footballer.
What do you mean he's not a footballer, man? He just had
He has
injuries.
a
Hold on.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold
man.
on. Let me just stop you right there, flat cap. Yeah. Let me just stop you right there. When is Thiago Alcantara?
Oh yes, cook.
Weepy, whiny, whingy.
Wait,
Oh, he's injury
wait.
prone.
Turkish.
Oh,
And even Turkish. Hold on. Are
now,
you stupid? Are you like, Mike,
What?
don't get me angry.
What?
Don't get me angry.
Gang,
Are
gang.
you not gonna compare Thiago Alcantara's career and honors to Reese James? Are you mad?
What did he say?
I was waiting
Are
for
you
someone to-
mad? Are you comparing? Are you comparing Thiago Alcantara, who had to retire early because of a hip issue,
Bro,
and who balled out, won every major honor possible, to Reese James?
bro,
Oh
the
my
age
God.
gap is
Reece
there,
James,
no?
you're taking the piss.
Are you? No, he's got me angry. He's made me get personal.
Reese James is young. Reese James is
You
young.
made me.
Seeing as-
You
seeing
made
as
me
we're
get
fucking with
play
ages.
football
Seeing
first.
as we're
Reese
fucking with
James.
ages, Reese James is young, bro.
He's not even the best player in his family.
He's
Play football first.
Guys, fucking.
Yo, this guy,
If I
man.
speak,
Play football first, man. Play football, then talk. Why are you just talking about Reese James when the man don't play football? Play football.
No, I'm just saying though, when he gets fit,
Thiago Alcantara, you know.
when he's trust
Told,
me.
what was you gonna say?
So you lot are not picking who Toby, who would you pick then?
Don't worry about it. Leave it.
Right back.
I think
Let
Trent
him-
is better
let-
than James.
If Southgate could fix it, I'd pick Ben White over all of them right now.
Yeah, Ben White is clear.
Yeah, Ben White's a shout as well. Shout out to Ben
Yeah,
White.
no,
This is mad.
He's not clear. He's not clear. But yeah,
This is
he's-
mad. But he's not even
in-
full
he's
for
in
that.
great
But he's
form.
no
in
full for
great
that.
form. Yeah, he's in great form. Great form.
Yeah,
2 years, two-
Man said
2
clear.
years.
Lord heavens.
2 years, bro. You what? Is 2 years form, or is it? Well, when does it become that he's solid, rather than
Look
form?
at this. Look at this random guy saying, "What did Thiago do apart from in the Angel of Liverpool?" Brother, go and check Thiago's honors. Go Wikipedia, brother. You random bloke. You call yourself a random bloke with a random opinion. Go and check internet. Man says, "What has Thiago done?" You know.
Yeah, it's crazy though. Dylan here says, well, it's because Trent doesn't have that pacey fullback at 34 agenda that the media loves to repeatedly bring up. Blaze says Trent was the most dribbled past defender in all top 5 leagues last season. So please let's not act like Trent would have defended better all tournament.
That's not the point. Walker defended badly, so you may as well have just played the guy who's not that great defensively, but it's going to give you everything going forward. So
Some defenders can do both. But we need the more sample size, isn't it, Saeed? We need more
yeah, but
sample size.
the problem is the defenders that do both only play 5 games a season. How about that?
100%. I'm not saying he should be in the team because he's literally injured. I'm
There
just
you go.
saying he can do both, and you know it. So I'm just making that clear.
He can do both, and he can also get injured for 3 months apiece each season.
Mm.
How about that?
Listen,
Yeah.
we've had some fallen soldiers over the years following football. Some very talented players gone down. Shame.
Yeah,
Real
and
shame.
he looks like he might be one of them if he keeps going at the rate he's going.
Yeah, you better hope he ain't, because Lord heaven.
Why? What's that gonna mean for me?
I'm looking forward to this Reese James dunking next season at Tottenham, man. We will be
What
there.
Duncan? He's a cold player. I don't know what you want me to say here.
Nah, man.
You say that you
You
want
made
him
an
to
enemy.
dunk
You made an enemy
because he's
today.
injury prone.
You made an enemy today.
Sorry.
This dunking will be
I've
sensational.
made an enemy for saying the truth. So what? Do you want me to lie and say, oh, he's the epitome of match fitness? He's fit every single game. Is that what you want me to say? You fucking idiot.
Yes, I want you to lie.
Jonas said the worst statement of the season was Grizz saying that if Palmer's in the convo for Prem Player of the Year, Nunes is.
Crazy.
Never
What?
I don't ever
What?
saying. I don't. That's one of those. Find me the footage, brother.
Jeez, man.
Ooh, we got to find the footage statement.
Find the footage, man.
Yeah, send the footage as well to the Big Six Twitter.
Yo,
we got
that
something
might
to
be
cook
the
up.
top 5 footages,
If
man.
that statement was actually said, we've got something nasty to cook up, bro. I'm talking
Yeah.
jambalaya mixed with orange juice and
Oh, I remember him saying
Yo,
this.
we're cooking up
Oh,
something
you are
nasty.
in
This
some
is
dirty,
true.
dirty territory. Hey, I
Is it
remember.
when he had his little-
I remember
This
bringing
is
up Cole
true.
Palmer. I remember bringing up Cole Palmer, and he was like, "Well, why aren't we bringing up Nunes statistically?" Blah 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 blah. Oh yeah.
You don't remember that waffle he had about
you're
oh,
finished.
but Nunes has got 15 GNA.
Yo,
yeah, I
I
remember.
do
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
this
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Then he had his little goal at Bournemouth and that, and you know what I mean? He was scoring a few goals here and there. Okay.
Yeah.
I
This
see.
is true. You're
Mm.
finished.
Look how silent he's gone. Look how silent he's gone.
He's like, yo,
You're
I
finished.
fucked up, right? I fucked up, right?
You know you done fucked up, right?
You know,
Yeah,
you know,
man.
you know when you're in
fucked up, man.
you know when you're in custody and you just don't say anything, but you know they have all the evidence. It's mad.
Yeah, bro.
You know the medieval shows. You know do you know what a guillotine is, Grizz?
No way.
Man
You're-
said the guillotine.
You're getting put to the guillotine if this is true.
Man's taking phone calls, you know.
Yeah, like the phone calls he had in the PS5. What was it when he was trying to say?
Oh yeah, yeah.
This guy, man.
We'll find
fair
out.
play, man.
What topic we on? What topic we on?
Don't worry, man.
What have I missed? What have I missed?
Don't worry. We'll see if the footage comes through. We can
Yeah.
see what we're saying then. Check the
Alright.
footage after Palmer's hat trick versus United. He definitely said it. Fucking hell, timestamps.
Oh
and all, basically.
shit! That was on a cold, wet night on a Thursday, wasn't it? You know what I mean?
Oh.
Mad thing.
Shoals, let's get your one in. Why are the English so anti-personality? We want meek, lukewarm, Southgate-like players. Why the Jude pylon? He is the type of maverick we need. You don't do what he's done at Madrid if you are mid. Yeah, when you compare English and American sports, there is a very different, different balance in American sports, and I think the balance is better in American sports. But I think, like we talked about Jude recently, I think it was a few episodes ago with the whole who else thing and whatnot. When you bring yourself to the forefront like he done at Madrid, and then taken on the mantle of that sort of a character, like the who else type, rather than maybe the more balanced type or more humble type like Saka is, because I want Saka to be more brash and be more a bit more confident and arrogant with stuff. I just think Jude has probably, when you say who else after a goal and then you're not there for the next who else moment, you leave yourself open to criticism and you leave yourself open to question marks. So it's a fine balance to play. But I think you're right. I don't think lukewarm, humble players become great. I think you need arrogance to be great.
But we did say that, isn't it? When he did that, remember when he said to the journalist, "You had notes, and now you had to rip them up." We said, "Yo, you better make sure that the other journalists don't have to rip up their notes because they're documenting that down and they're gonna be back." So if you do talk like that, then you have to take what you give out 100%. You know what I mean? So he's got a lot of work to do because that tournament was stinky. I'll be honest. That was a stinky tournament from him.
Cool. Next one in we've got from Forever Invincible. Vieira was 6'4" and had a touch of an angel. He could defend, he could play make, he could finish. He doesn't get his proper rep. Yeah, he doesn't come up in conversation enough. Big up Elisa. Behave. Busquets is in a different bracket to Rodri defensively. One is a pure 6, the other is a 6'8" hybrid.
Nah, big up your super chats, but you behave.
Well, what's your argument?
There's a conversation, man. There's not different bracket. I get different bracket if you mean stylistically, but who's you calling 6'8" hybrid?
Rodri.
Come on, man.
Rodri's a 6, man.
He's a 6. He's an out and out 6. That is
hybrid, man.
Right, they got the clip, apparently. Got the clip there.
Where is it?
You and your clips, man.
I'm in the VAR room now. I'm in the VAR room now.
He's in the VAR room. Okay.
Look at the time, man.
Oh shit, VAR. What's going on here? Oh no. Next one in we have. I'm just saying, SAEED missed Tarawih so he could watch the Red Devils get slapped by the mighty Blues during Ramadan. Astaghfirullah, my brother Ramadan Kareem. Big up Hamza.
Big up.
Tite says, Tobes, Turkish, Matisse, make sure you what's this? Abdullah Fadumo scams. Don't forget about him. Swedish Stim says that was like 2 adult dancers fighting after shift on a Tuesday morning. Wigs, glitter, and fake nails and lashes everywhere. I Classico, big up the panel. El Classico, sorry. Capital L, big up. Henny says,
nah, you might have lied, bro, because this ain't in here.
Yo, what's going on here, man? I'm just getting powered off here, man. What's going on here?
Watch along.
You guys need to come with a new timestamp because that was incorrect. We're still checking VAR. Please hold. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Listen to me. There's no retrial. I'm out.
Yeah, you lot brought the referee to the screen.
You get one hit and you didn't kill.
Wow, look what you've done.
Fair play, you know.
Yeah, you had one hit, you didn't kill. We out.
Wow.
I hear that.
Okay.
You know that meme with the Man City solicitors. That's me. I'm walking out, brothers. I'm walking.
He's walking out. I'll be honest. He's walking out scot free.
Reputation's on the line, man. We just fucked the bat for a minute.
Check complete, guys. Check complete.
Check complete. No penalty. That's it. Check complete.
He's onside, man. He's onside.
Yeah.
Whoever said it, L's in the chat for that, brother, man. Can't lie.
It was a lot of them. It was many men. Many men.
Yeah, but then they're copying though, innit? You know what I mean? Whoever said it.
Well, that's cost them because we're not checking it again. The game moves on. The game goes on.
Yeah.
Game goes on.
154 in, so I'm gonna get the last 15 super chats in, and we're gonna keep it moving. Just wondering if you guys were actually shocked that England lost.
No.
I definitely wasn't. I'm 450 up because England lost, so I'm all right.
Please, come on.
Go on.
Yeah, man.
They're the Tottenham of international football. That's what they are.
When Robbie did that Believe video, I put £100 on Spain. I said, that's it. It's done. You lot think I'm joking? I'll send the receipt into the group.
No, I think you're being serious. You're being serious.
And I put 80 on over 2.5. So both came in nicely. But we move. Eddie says next season, Barca will unleash Darvic and Bernal from the Messiah, next in line with the current resurgence.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard the names, but if there's a balance, they're going to have to play as well, man. You can't just have all youngsters in the side.
I've never heard of these names, but that centre back they've got, Kubasi, he looks very good, very, very good.
Who's Barca's experience, man?
De Jong,
Christensen, innit?
De Jong, yeah.
De Jong, yeah. Christensen.
Lewandowski was, yeah. Is he still there?
Rafinha. Yeah.
Rafinha, I wouldn't say he's experienced, to be honest.
Oh, Kunde. Is Kunde still there?
Oh, yeah.
Kunde on the right. Yeah, Kunde on the right.
Trash.
Even he's a bit.
He's not trash, man.
He's not bad. He was very good defensively.
Gundogan.
He was good this tournament, man.
Oh, yeah. Gundogan. Yeah, that's
Trash. Trash.
What, Gundogan?
No, man. Gundogan.
Do I want to get?
He said it after. He just said it. It's just your
Do I want to live? Do I want to live in Dublin next time I visit there?
Let me get this one from Jazzy saying, did I hear the other week bottom mid expects to see men's armpits in the trophy next season?
Look
Is
at the
someone
photo.
to tell him?
He did, yeah, he did say that.
He's talking about
Look
you,
at the
though.
profile pic.
Yeah, the profile pic's nice, but he's talking about you.
I don't care if he's talking about me. The profile pic is cool.
Yeah, but it's genuine. He's not ripping you or nothing. He said that you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I said something. It didn't come true. Certain man have been pammed. Simple. It is what it is.
Say no more. Yeah, that Euro 2021 distant memories. Man, them in here criticizing a DM for not doing shit the creative players couldn't do. Jarring. Glad I'm not English. Big up, Tev.
It's hilarious. Man, I was saying it's so true. Man, I was saying Rash should make forward passes, but the guys in front of him can't even make forward passes to the wingers or the attackers.
There's no one fucking in front of them. Harry Kane's doing his best.
Oh,
Rodri,
yeah, sorry. Saka's not in front of him. I forgot. Sorry.
Box of Orange says, I need to clarify that Copa America was organized by CONMEBOL. Oh, the North American Confederation was not involved. 1994 was one of the best run World Cups, and 2026 will be the same. I was too young for 94, really, but when you look back at videos, I don't know, the atmosphere didn't seem like it was up there with a 98 I don't remember it being up there like that with a 98 or a 96 even Euros. But we'll see. We hope for the best, man. We hope for the best. Hopefully the the spread out is not too far, because I don't like how even with Turkey, Italy getting Euro 30, was it Euro 28 or 32? I don't like that, because why is it a 2-3 hour flight to go see other teams play?
We will be there.
We will, but I don't like it. We move. Rashan says, what about Jose for manager of England? International is probably his level, and he knows how to deal with egos and can be good in knockout tournaments. Ask Toby, he got Spurs there. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait, you're a fussy.
Nah, Mourinho, man.
That's that. Isaac says, guys, I think a player cannot truly be judged whilst playing in the Pep system, because that man is a genius. It can only truly be judged outside. Example: Foden, Stones, Walker, Gvardiol. Proof.
Yeah, but
Why is
last year we were
Rodri
being
there?
told that we're Rodri FC. Now what is it?
You're
And
Guardiola.
Stones, the thing is,
You're Guardiola and Rodri FC, but you're Guardiola.
Guardiola, uncle.
Manager. Let's see.
This is why Foden left. You know, he wanted to showcase that he wasn't a pet merchant. So it's just beautiful.
Foden
Like
leaves.
this. Huh?
You said Foden left.
Sorry, this is why Palmer left. Palmer, sorry. It's getting late. I'm nearly at 2-hour mark. Fuck.
Yeah, Palmer wanted to
Yeah,
finish
you've only
it.
been here for 45 minutes. You're staying on, mate.
I've been
You're doing
traveling, bro. I've been traveling. Yeah, I mean,
well.
Overtime.
Professional Cheek says Gareth Trashgate was put there by the English FA matrix to keep England down. Players deserve criticism, but managers need to get most out of the players.
I can't take it seriously, man.
Elisa,
bro.
big up Elisa. I see this one from earlier. He says the manager is the sole problem. Emphasis on sole. 3 international tournaments, and you still can't maximize your talents. Suboptimal structures forcing the players to play hero ball. It's criminal to have Kane in a team with no runners. Fit or not, he was set up to fail.
Agree.
Yeah, that's a big one as well. Not having
Yeah.
Gordon at least.
No, I
Yeah, I
agree
don't
with that
think
one.
You
That's
can't
factually
fairly
so.
accurately judge any of them, really.
still
Agreed.
stunk, but I agree with it.
Josep says, happy with Lissandro. Tobes and GRIZZ were taking liberties when he was injured, telling us Van der Ven is better. How?
He is better. He literally is better. Better defender, faster. The only thing Lisandro does better than him is pass the ball through the lines.
we will be there next season.
This season we'll be there.
No, listen, I'm cool, man. But yeah, Toby's speaking a lot now.
I'm not speaking a lot. I'm speaking with certainty. He's a better centre back than.
We
He's
used to
never heard of
have,
him before, by the way.
we
He's
used to
never
have
heard of this Van der Ven
Hazard versus Alexis Sanchez and Bale
before last
versus,
season.
you
Facts.
know, now we've got.
I know,
centre-backs,
Matisse,
centre-back beef.
I know.
It's mad, wallah.
Man, I'm a
You're
beef
using
about
my own
centre-back.
stick against me. Fair enough. Fair enough.
One season and that's it. Crazy.
Sadiq
I
says,
don't
But Saeed, he's very reasonable. He doesn't get gassed by his players, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
very reasonable.
I'm telling you,
I
this is
like
what I'm
this,
saying.
I like
Like,
I'm gonna use this as
I'm telling you,
ammunition.
Mickey Van der Ven is better than Lisandro Martinez. He is.
Okay.
Don't worry, you listen. You got the links. You got the link. Just give me the link. Word to KG. You got the links and Lisandro.
Nah, it's cool,
so
man. It's cool. Because he said Basir was better than Rice, and how did that end up? Oh, wait.
And bro, if we went back on
That shows.
everything you said, bro, we'd have like 20
The
hours
world's
of-
in trouble, man. Carry on. The world's in trouble.
the world is in
Yeah.
Bro,
Let's keep it moving.
the worst player to talk of the worst player.
Let's not do that, man.
We'll see. We'll see
We'll be
next
here all
season,
day,
man.
all
I
day.
think it's gonna be, I told you, man. I think Tottenham will struggle next season. I said it. My early predictions.
Yeah,
So
but even if we struggle, how does that change?
Tell me
my-
why are you falling for it, man? Just
let him land his point, man. Let him land his point.
We'll end up on Maluda again, man. Told you.
Oh.
It's
Yeah, he'll end up with Maluda and that.
it's fine,
You know what I mean?
it's fine.
It's
Fine.
crazy.
Mickey Van der Ven is 30. We'll see. No problem. No problem.
Next one.
brother.
Sadiq says Euro stats: passes into attacking third, key play area, penalty area, long passes attempted. Declan superior to Kobe. Saeed waffles, never looks into stats. Numbers don't lie. Probably not the right time for Saeed to hear that. He's not interested. Vedant says, looking forward to meeting you guys in LA. If you need any recommendations for places to film content, restaurants, clubs, anything else, I got you. Would love to help in any way I can. Big up. Vedant, message Instagram. Luca, I know I need to reply to your message, but Vedant, message as well. We're pretty much sorted. We are sorted in terms of accommodation and in terms of plan. But yeah, any link ups and that, 100% we can let people know where we're going to be at. But obviously on game day, when it's Arsenal United, SoFi, 5 p.m. kickoff, we're going to be there from 12 p.m. We're going to have a barbecue. We're going to set up Backyard Chat. So we need the people with us because Backyard Chat's about the people. So make sure you're there. More information to follow, but there's no more information to add. 12 p.m. Saturday, 27th of July, outside the SoFi car park tailgate. You'll see us, you'll hear us, music blazing, barbecue flaming. That rhymed as well. Shit. That was a good promo. I can't lie.
Hey, come on.
Take that bit out and put it on socials. But let's move to the next super chat. Another one. Sir says, big up Steve. Oh, big up Steve from big up Steve, man. Great meeting you at the Armory. I'll send a DM on Instagram. maybe we link up at the SoFi. 100%, Steve. Like I just said, SoFi midday we're there. So if you can come back from about 1 p.m. earliest or latest, I say, then yeah, you can be part of the content too. Big up the entire panel. You're all great. Come on, Steve. Love for the love. Link up in LA for sure. And the last one I got here is from NBA. Thoughts and prayers with my brother GRIZZ. Heartbreaking about your niece. Allah bless your family. Big up to Big Six. Vamos, Spain. Free Palestine.
Big up NBA, man, from Slough, a friend of mine. So yeah, man. Thank you everyone for the prayers and best wishes. I lost my niece a couple of days ago. So shout out to my sister. Big up. All our prayers and thoughts are with my sister and my brother-in-law, because they're the ones that are dealing with this. And I don't know how they're dealing with this, because, you know, wow, it's crazy. But, you know, big up to them and prayers and best wishes to my sister and my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law actually watches the show as well. So big up every time, man. We love you all, man.
Come on, big up GRIZZ, man, and family as well. Thoughts, prayers, and you can see the community there in the chat as well. Big up NBA, big up the community in general. GRIZZ, TOBS, Matisse, HUGH, SAEED. This is the Euros done in terms of content. We are back on Thursday night, people, to start off the transfer stuff, because we ain't really talked about that too much. Our wants, needs, where we're at. Xerxes, a United player, but we ain't got time to talk about that today. So we'll talk about that on Thursday. Maybe we all draw up a little plan of what we want to see moving forward, positions, players, and then we can review it come the start of the season. Make sure you're there on Thursday, people. Make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on. Don't forget, show some love to Manscaped. Use the code TB620 for 20% off. And tune in Thursday, where we'll be back. I think it's a 9 p.m. show, if I'm not mistaken. And LA, make sure you're ready. This time next week, we're there.
Yeah, we're
this
there,
time
yeah,
next week, we're driving to the apartment. Mad, because there's a 9-hour difference. But people, we will be there. Make sure you follow us here, YouTube, socials, all of the individual channels, because we're going to be going live here, there, and everywhere. So we don't want you to miss it. Tune in Thursday. We'll be back then. Love for the love as always. Peace. We're out.